Hello. How is everyone doing? One second. How is existence for the little creatures upon my chat? I forgot how loud this music gets. I say something, you look maybe doing horrible. Well, hug yourself and push forward. You're a furry, you can coil around and give yourself the loopy hug. Also, there you go. One second. I do want. One second. Probably should have done this before stream, but I had a had a little thing considering this what this game is. How exactly do I want to word this? Actually, what does that word mean? Hold on. Okay, that works a decent bit here. I thought I did a little wiggling. Oh god, yeah. My face feels very stiff. Same. I don't know what that word PNZ. I don't know what that means. Or is that supposed to be the plus? Okay, first. That's X. You have been warned. How are you? Oh, doing well. Just updating the description to include a disclaimer about sensitive topics that the game covers. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yeah, does this seem sufficient? Disclaimer: this game covers topics that, cover that some may, covers topics that be sensitive. One second. Yes. Describe this game covers topics that may be sensitive. How do I want to word that? Hold on. As I do that. I'm trying to Kingdom Hearts win at some point, maybe. Aliens or X is oh, how am I trying? Do know what platforms is Kingdom Hearts even on? Is my question. Yes, hello, Vecna. Yeah. I'm trying to. I should have done this before stream. 1 second. Because I'm trying to put in the description a little effectively a content warning for the game because it goes over some very dark topic. Actually, no, I can put it that. I can word it that way. There we go. Oops. No, don't do that. Don't do that. So, because he's okay. That's just a quick thing, and it was A, joke. B, says oh no, it's a tall skinny guy or something like that, and then hides in a room, and I'm just like, okay, look, I feel offended at that one. That one feels targeted. Even that it was a joke. A tall, skinny thing, yes, which is... Look, given that I am a tall, skinny thing that people have felt fear of, look, there are sometimes I have to think of the... Yeah, look, the word... I woke up not very long ago, if that's not very... I have not been awake for very long. My brain is struggling to work. Hold on. And or hold on. A focus on how do I want to? Brain sucks. So man, how is everyone doing while I'm being really, really incompetent and tired right now? God, I should have prepared this before. Ugh. That is not how I should have done this. Oh god. Brain is struggling right now. Oh god, how am I? Brain stuck? Well, you know what? Ferd, I think, described how I'm doing. Brain stuck, brain struggling. I have been awake for not very long. Like, about... I've been awake for, like, 45 to... Like somewhere between 50 minutes and an hour, I would say. This game is topics that say is serious topics that may consider sensitive to discuss. How do I want to word that? Why does brain... Ow, I'm poking my eye. This hurts. How do I want to? Some stuff is maybe sensitive. Let's give feature. Okay, one second. Cancel. Do this again. God, I am incompetent at times. That picked or this us fix that. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to... You know what? We are giving up on that for now. If something comes up, I will adjust as needed. However, for now... crap. No, here? Do I have a separate... Hold on, did I make another visual novel? Okay. Either way, now that stream has 15 minutes on the runtime on my end, now it is time to resume the journey. I don't remember anyone's names, so I will have to remember them just by reading them. Here we go. Okay. So this was after Want Eyes? Don't take. So this was right after he had his little flashback to the childhood village burning down. Okay. The 6th year of Tanchi, capital. A sudden white light engulfed everything in sight. Houses turned into ruins, people into corpses. My father turned his face toward me, smiling as if trying to say something. However, behind him, a white light suddenly illuminated. I reached out to grab him, to pull him out of the reach of the light, but in the moment I grasped his arm, we were swallowed by the white light. Immediately we were thrown backward as if swatted mosquitoes. My head hit something, momentarily robbing me of consciousness, and I blacked out. ... Okay, this scene again. Upon awakening, my father was gone, and I found myself amidst the debris. The area was filled with the remains of buildings and burning fires. My ears were ringing, unable to hear any sound, only sensing blood oozing from my ear canals. My clothing lay in tatters, and numerous people lay naked on the ground, their bodies mutilated. The world turned into a storm of blood rain, dyeing my entire body and the ground below in a deep red. I hoped the blood rain would put out the flames on the buildings, but the fires only grew, refusing to be extinguished. Where was my father? How was he doing? I slowly got up, wanting to search for him, only to realize I was holding something in my hand. It was my father's severed left arm. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. I woke up from the nightmare, my back drenched in cold sweat. After watching that girl's shadow play last night, memories of that year flooded back. Later I sat in the camp, lost in thought for a while, losing track of time. 4 hours later, Tung took over the watch duty. I attempted to catch some sleep, trying to escape the nightmares, but I tossed and turned, not sleeping deeply. ... Beautiful sky. For the next 2 days, I was lost in my thoughts. My mind buzzed in chaos, and my spirit felt like it had lost its way. I walked, ate, and slept in silence. I didn't continue studying shadow play with Monthly. That day she packed up and took everything back on the pack horse. Wait, what? She must have wondered about my unusual behavior, but I didn't feel the need to explain. Of course, there's no need to explain anything to her. ...
哎，亮，这几天你都怪怪的，像中邪了一样，这咋了呀？
Sorry, I'm partially laughing just at the word combo bad vibes, and I'm just like, yes, this is definitely time period appropriate.
Liang, you've been off lately. Like you caught some bad vibes. What's up?
On the 4th day of the journey, Tung pulled me aside, just reminiscing about that explosion.
天气大爆炸？
Tianchi explosion?
怎么突然又想起这事儿了？
Why now? ...
No idea. It just hit me.
依我看呐，就是你捡了前2天那个戏子的东西，因此撞了邪。快把那些丢了吧。
I bet it's from I bet it's stuff from that play you picked up. Bad juju, toss it.
Not happening.
也罢，你一直都倔啊，我说不了你。
Fine. You're stubborn, I won't push.
I'm surprised he's not actually tossing it. That's a surprise. ...
梁啊，我们在山里走了4天了，估摸着也快走到潼关附近了。
Liang, we've been in the mountains for 4 days, nearing Tongguan.
尹三儿在潼关附近的水沟村安排了接应我们的人，到了那里后就能吃顿好的，也能躺1天了。
Yinsan arranged for help.
Oh God, my throat is not right now.
Ian's on arrange for help in Schwigel village near Tongguan. Once we reach there, we can eat well and rest for a day.
All right.
Tongue hinted for me to tough it out. Hopefully once we reach a place with people and feel the local vibe, I'll perk up a bit. Walking through the mountains for days, the same views, and always watching out for animals and robbers got us down. Hopefully, once we reached a place with people and feel the local vibe, I would perk up a bit. Listen to not chat that much. I mean, these streams are not exactly the most interactive ones. They are just me kind of reading through the story and trying to, put my my voice into the thing where you know. Experience the story. The road to Schwigel village was tricky. We learned to stay sharp in times like these. And my gut feeling was spot on. On the morning of the 5th day, as we neared the main road to confirm the way to the village, trouble hit us. Hold up. I spotted something and stopped. At the same time, I raised my right hand to signal the others behind me.
娘，怎么了？
Young, what's up?
Someone's here. I pointed ahead. Tongue looked over. About 30 steps away, a group of 6 people came into view, only 30 feet away. They all wore iron helmets, green iron armor, and had swords at their sides. Walking through the woods, their helmets glinted in the sunlight.
是盗匪。
Robbers?
Doesn't seem like it. They look like soldiers.
官兵怎么会走小道过去？
Soldiers on this trail? Hello, Thumb.
How are you doing? Don't know, but we've got to avoid them. What's that? I need consumed liquid. Meh.
Oh, excuse me.
Tongue and I huddled. We were doing a job for someone, and soldiers were the last thing. And they were the last thing we want. Void, you're once every 5 months showing up. Sure, it's a mess now, and soldiers are busy with rebels, probably not caring about us. I don't have membership. Did you not set it to auto renew, or? Cause I got no idea. I don't know what your membership status do or don't do. Sure, it's a mess now, and soldiers are busy with rebels, probably not caring about us. But if they caught us, it's trouble.
小衙门，现在谁都不许说话，不许动，都蹲下。我们等那队人走过。
Shh. Everyone quiet and still. Crouch down. We wait for that group to pass.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, hopefully you get that. Well, hopefully you get that sorted out. Otherwise, how are you going to do the war of throw money at me? Ugh. Tongue let out a big breath, eyes wide, and whispered orders to the lambs behind us. We all squatted down, watching the soldiers tens of steps away. Great. They weren't heading our direction. Just had to wait a bit. Just a bit longer, and they were all gone. Okay, who's gonna yell at them? I stared at the soldiers in the distance, watching them move in a single direction. Their leader disappeared from view, followed by the others getting farther away. They'd be gone soon. But then, something unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, I heard a lamb yelp. Exclamation point. I spun around. God, this name that I never learned to pronounce. Claire. Schwer. I think there were several pronunciations that I came through the last time. Schwer. The lamb suddenly stood up.
She stomped her feet and hastily stepped back, almost falling over. Snake! Snake! Okay, that's what's causing this whole problem. She pointed to a patch of grass ahead, her face pale with fear, tears welling up. Other labs hearing her quickly fled from the spot she indicated. Suddenly, the silent woods echoed with lamb cries, screams, and frantic footsteps, turning into chaos. Damn it! Sorry, the way his audio cut was funny. Tongue cursed and hurried Claire, trying to cover her mouth. But it was too late. The soldiers spotted us. They changed direction and came towards us. Oh, great. Who's there? Oh boy, the leader yelled from a distance. All 6 soldiers stopped. They pulled out their swords, ready to fight, facing our direction. What now? I asked Tongue. He usually knew what to do in situations like this. Damn it. These noisy lambs couldn't keep quiet at the wrong time. Young, I'll keep them busy. You quickly untie the lambs before they get suspicious. Tongue said to me, and I nodded. Yes, we needed to untie the lambs first. When the soldiers got closer and saw the ropes around the lamb's waists, they'd surely figure out we were delivery people. Yeah, no, human... Officers, calm down, calm down. It's just our girl making a fuss. Tongue walked toward the front of the line, about 10 steps away from us, yelling to the... 10 steps away? This game does not know how distance and sightline work. Who are you? Just regular folk. Ah, yeah, I am normal human, as normal humans speak do. Where from? What are you up to? From Hangzhou, we're traders heading to Luoyang. Stay where you are, we're coming over to check. Tongue and the soldiers were yelling at each other from far away. I just freed the Xianghua and was about to untie Mansi, but they were getting closer fast. Bad. Couldn't untie all the lambs in time. You there, I said don't move! I wanted to sneak over to Hong'er and Claire to untie them, but the soldiers spotted my move and stopped me quickly. They came closer step by step and I checked out their outfits. They looked like the border guards near Tongguan. Not too tidy, but all the same gear, even the same swords. The leader had a taller helmet and carried a short bow on his back. Seemed like their officer. Was it your girl who yelled just now? God, his face in this pose looks very... makes me feel things. Odd things. He's usually so disgruntled. That's what I'm used to seeing him as. Yeah. What'd she yell? Spotted a snake. You said you're traders, right? What goods are you taking to Luoyang? The head soldier asked sharply. Tongue was stumped. Oh boy. We knew we only had food with us and nothing else. If we made up goods, they asked to see them, we'd be caught. Whoops. We'd be caught. ... Phew. I took a deep breath, trying to calm down. We're ferrying folks, I chimed in when Tongue couldn't answer. Talking to the soldier, we also have the playset. Ferrying folks, but earlier you said you were traders. How does that turn into ferrying folks? Ferrying folks is still trading. We've been asked to take these kids to Luoyang. I replied calmly. So he saw right through that one, didn't he? Alright then, ferrying folks, so you admit it, you're human traffickers. Oh, well, you know what, that is correct. No, it's the kids' parents who asked us to do it. Yeah, definitely.
Then why aren't you on the main road? Didn't you avoid it? ... I calmly replied to the soldier and ended with a jab. It did seem a bit odd. Usually soldiers like them would stick to the main road. Why deviate after leaving Tongguan? Could it be they had something to hide? Could it be they were deserters?
喂，梁，你怎么跟关老爷说话的？
Hey, Leon. What's your words with the officers?
关老爷，你别跟我兄弟一般见识，他这人不懂怎么好好说话。
I don't know if this is intentional, but he aren't good with words is a hilarious sentence.
Officer, don't mind my buddy here. He aren't good with words.
确实，我们是运人的，之所以不走官道，是这几年灾情不断，官道都是逃荒的难民啊。
Indeed, we're ferrying folks. The reason we're not on the main roads is because of the recent disaster. It's packed with refugees fleeing famine.
我们听到传闻，逃荒的人都心狠呐，会抢小娃娃吃。我们怕粮被抢，娃娃被抢，就走了山路啊。
We heard folks fleeing disasters are desperate. They might grab kids for food. We don't want our food or kids taken, so we took the mountain path.
所以你们到底是做什么的？是不是人牙子？
What are you up to then, human traffickers?
说来话长了，
It's a long story.
我们是受渭南一大户人家所托，送他们家的一位小姐去洛阳完婚。
We're hired by a rich family in Weinan to escort the Missy to Luoyang for her wedding.
Tung had a bright idea, like he'd figured out a
谁
plan.
是小姐？
Who's the miss?
她是
Her.
Tung pointed at Xianghua. Xianghua, caught off guard, stood frozen, her face pale, clearly surprised to be singled out.
你是要去成婚的小姐吗？
Are you the bride to be? Soldier squinted and looked at Xianghua, asking her a question. ... Xianghua stood silent with her head bowed. My and Tung's hearts jumped to our throats. Bad. If Xianghua spilled the beans about us being human traffickers now, it's all over.
是，关老爷，我是。
Okay, she's actually going along with it.
Yes, officer, I am.
I'm right there with you, buddy! Right when Tung and I were super nervous, Xianghua suddenly spoke up. She nodded nicely at the soldier, speaking quietly without looking at him. Why? Tung and I were both surprised. We didn't think Xianghua would help us lie.
你看起来挺小，竟是要去成婚的？还有，你为啥穿着平民的衣服呀？
You seem pretty young for a wedding, and why aren't you dressed fancier? ... Xianghua fell silent, looking scared as she... Oopsie!
是这样，关老爷，我家小姐看着年龄小，其实快到成婚的年纪了。
My finger got heavy, and I accidentally... fell silent, looking scared as she kept her head down.
我家
Dad.
想先见见她，并让她先去洛阳住一阵子。
My finger keeps getting heavy, and I keep accidentally scrolling or clicking.
Officer, this miss looks young, but she's almost at marrying age. Her in-laws wanted to meet her first, so they sent her to stay in Luoyang for a while.
Okay, we're back to actually where I'm supposed to be.
至于她为何穿着平民衣服，这是我想的主意。
I suggested the plain clothes for safety.
我们这一趟路途遥远，难免可能遇到盗匪。小姐穿庶民的衣服，才不容易被盗匪绑了呀。
With the long journey, there's a risk of bandits. Plain clothes make her less of a target.
Although he still frowned, looking skeptical, it's unclear if he bought our story.
那其他小孩为啥被绑着？
Why are the other kids tied up then? Suddenly another soldier chimed in. Oh, different soldier. Next to the leader, a chubby soldier. What? The armor doesn't show it much. Wait. A chubby soldier stood beside the lead soldier stood a slight... Wait. Next to the leader, a chubby soldier stood... Wait. Beside the leader, the lead soldier stood a slightly chubby one. Okay, I think that was them trying to do the same thing in twice at some time. He had a long black bag slung over his back, maybe carrying a spear. He hadn't said a word before, but now he noticed the ropes tied around the lamb's waist. It basically did clone itself. And with the cloning, it much like regular clones, they are not identical. Realizing only Xianghua wasn't bound, he raised his suspicion. Dot. Tongue again couldn't respond, just kept quiet. The soldier's eyes sharpened, coldly scanning us. Not good. Can't explain. Surprised by Xianghua's cooperation. Xianghua's cooperation. But these soldiers were digging deeper. Our story seemed flawed. Yeah, it kind of does. If we were taking Xianghua to get married, bringing a bunch of kids her age didn't make sense. And why these kids were tied up was even harder to explain. ... I placed my hand on the hilt of my dagger, and the soldiers took a slow step forward. No one spoke. Silence hung heavy, broken only by the chirping of the insects. Sweat beaded on my forehead. I knew a fierce battle was about to erupt. Oh, great! Should I strike now, take out the leader? Or bide my time, wait for another opportunity? Oh! Choices. One moment. Oh god, okay. Oh, just one sec. Tilt head, crack neck. Oh, tilt head, crack neck. Alright. Saved. We go with patience. ... I kept thinking about grabbing my dagger, but I held back. 6 soldiers were too many to take on. They had good gear, and I wasn't sure I could even take down one of them. Even with Tongue's help, it'd be tough to handle them all. But what good would waiting for a chance really do? ... Mansui, what's going on? Oh, okay, yeah, still tied by rope. In the midst of the tense standoff, Mansui's voice suddenly broke the silence. Her soft cries grabbed everyone's attention. Huh? That's what I'm thinking. One sec. Must consume liquid to make throat better. Bleh. Ugh. What's she doing? That's what I'm wondering. ... Mansui went to the pack horse beside her. She opened the bags and got out the wooden box she stored there a few days ago. It was the box for the shadow play. ... Mansui opened the wooden box and showed what's inside to us and the soldiers. She stared at everyone with her big eyes.
这是什么？
What's in here? The head soldier looked puzzled at the wooden box. Ah, I get it now. Mansui was trying to tell us something. Wait, that is the first time she's even made a noise outside of just in front of Liang. I suppose she wanted me to say, Officer, these are just items for a puppet show. The kids, except the miss here, are part of the traveling theater group. Facing the officers, I gestured toward the wooden box, and then toward Mansui. Mansui, Hongar, and Shueyar. The journey is long, and the master worries the young lady will be bored, so he arranged for a few theater troupe girls to accompany her. They are all from humble origins and will accompany the young lady as she attends. Wait, what? Young lady as her attendants. ... If you don't trust us, they can show you, I calmly suggested to the soldiers and they glanced at Mansui once more after I spoke. Mansui was setting up the shadow play curtain, placing it on its stand.
必了。
No need. Soldier A waved his hand, gesturing for Mansui to stop. ... He stayed quiet, looking at me and Tongue, then at Xianghua, Mansui, Hongar, and Shueyar.
我信了你们说的话。倘若你们真是人牙子，这些女娃也不至于帮你们扯谎。
I trust what you're saying. If you were really bad folks, these girls wouldn't help you lie. That is a very dangerous mindset to have.
我就好奇问一下，出个嫁阵仗倒不小，这是洛阳谁家的小姐啊？
Just wondering, seems like quite the procession for a wedding. Who's the girl from Luoyang?
老爷，是洛阳赵老爷家的人。
Officer, she's from the Zhao family in Luoyang.
哦，这样。哦，我知道那赵老爷有点名气。
Ah, well, heard of the Zhaos. They're quite well known.
是。
Yeah. The soldier and Tung were talking back and forth. I figured Tung didn't know Master Zhao, and neither did the soldier.
行，你们走吧。我劝你们还是要多走官道。
Alright.
哪儿来的这么多机密？
Off
别
you.
背着你们家小姐啊！
That guy sounded like he was stopping his sentence like 5 times in the middle of that. Hi, Jose. Alright, off you go. Stick to the main roads, mind you. Don't want to exhaust your lady, eh?
谢谢关老爷，谢谢关老爷。我们明白了，一会儿就走官道。
Thanks, officer. Thanks, officer. We'll stick to the main roads.
Tung bowed deeply, showing his gratitude. Thanks, officer. I also thanked the officers, and then they turned around to leave. Finally, the tension in my chest eased.
还有个事儿，
Wait, hold on, said the head officer. Wait, that is not... It's in quotation marks, that's implied. Suddenly, he stopped walking and turned back around. ... Me and Tung immediately became alert again. What's he up to
想起
now?
来了，刚才你们翻行李的时候，我看到有不少粮。
Remembered something. When you were checking the bag earlier, I saw plenty of
这里
rations.
离潼关不远了，你们不用担心余粮啊，我们赶着去剿匪，暂借你们一些粮。
Officer Dare, apparently, it's not far from Tonghuan. You don't need to worry about rations here. We're off to deal with bandits, so we'll borrow some of your rations for now.
行，关老爷随便拿，不用借了，直接给你们就好了。
Ah, yes, we're taking your food now.
Okay, officers. No need to borrow. Just take what you want.
Tung grinned eagerly as the soldiers started grabbing rations from our pack horse. After they took most of it, they finally got ready to leave. ...
妈的，该死的王八兵，真是喂不饱的狗啊！花这么多钱买的干粮，都被他们抢了一大半。
Yeah, damn. Those greedy soldiers ate up half our rations bought with hard-earned coin.
Ugh. Is it a me? It might not be a me. Actually, I am very... I don't know if this is tiredness or not, but genuinely, I feel very... My head feel very funny right now, so I'm not sure if it is me. After the soldiers had cleared off about half an hour, we pressed on, and finally Tung found the nerve to let... Finally, Tung found the nerve to let loose his tongue. This is why he has a weird name.
不对，我想起来了，都是这死崽子害的。
Ah.
要不是这死崽子，王八兵也不至于找上来。
Wait, I got it now. It's all that blasted kid's fault. If it weren't for her, those pesky soldiers wouldn't have found us.
死崽子，害我们差点丢了性命！我剁了你！
You little rat almost got us killed. I'll chop you up.
Tung suddenly remembered it was Shuer yelling that brought the soldiers here. Tung drew his sword and approached Shuer, ready to strike her down.
不要，石头爷，星爷不要躲。
No, stop, Master Tongue. No hurt.
Oh
星爷，
god.
不要动我妹子，要躲就动了，不要动我妹。
It's moments like this where I realize it is very difficult for me to do variants on high-pitched child voices. No drop kicking the child? No, there is no drop kicking the child. It was a sword that was drawn.
Master Singh, don't hurt my sister. Hurt me, not sister.
看了，
Oh god.
敢拦我！今天我把你俩一起剁了！
So I just noticed his teeth. So I don't know why. It's like, they do look very dark. Yeah, no, not good dental hygiene in this era.
Move. Today, both of you get it.
Tongue swung his blade at Hung Ar and Quayer. Oh no. Clang? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, good. I quickly intervened, blocking his swing with my dagger. Enough, Tongue. ... Sure, the kid attracted the soldiers here, but none of them sold us out when they showed up. If they had, we'd kill. If they didn't, no need.
又不是真要杀他，我就是断他一只手。
Not like I'd really kill her. Just chop off her hand.
And then what? Missing hand means we pay. You'll cough up then? ... Beside, still a ways to the nearest village. Can a kid with a missing hand make it alive? ... After hearing me, Tongue didn't go to kill the lamb anymore. He understood it wasn't right to harm or kill her. Huh. Look, I'm just gonna say, there's a difference between the loon violence emote and guy swings sword at 6-year-old girl who is currently being human trafficked.
妈的，不杀他，不弄残他，那也必须要罚，狠罚。
Oh wait, I am slightly off, didn't I? Hold on. Look, sometimes you gotta appeal to what exactly they care about, and this is definitely one of those cases where it's you look at the person you're at, and then you gotta look at them. This should be that. There's the position I had. That's the position I was in before. Okay. So that should let the entirety, yeah, that should be fine to let the entirety of that go. Hold on. Oh. Don't mind me. Whew. Just need to inhale a bit and doink, doink, there. I was right. I have no idea. Look, people have OBS. Show up, please. Thank you.
Damn. If we're not killing her or hurting her, she still has to be punished. Punished hard.
Yeah, punishment is necessary. Remember your rule. Cry or fuss on the road, no food for a day. Let's stick to that. ... Tongue glanced at me, his eyes flashing with anger. He seemed to think the punishment wasn't harsh enough. But it was the littlest lamb who caused the trouble. If I hit her like I did with Mansui yesterday... Okay, translation error, because that was like, that was, okay, 5th day since that, 6. This is at least 6 days or a week after, after the spanking of Mansui. Especially Chung joined in, things could get out of hand. ... This child thing. Thumb, you do realize the whole point of this game, of this story, is currently this character, yeah, this character and the character that I am in the perspective of are currently human trafficking 6 to 11-year-old girls to be sold to people in a different town. I don't think treat child like child is applicable here. I kept looking at Tongue seriously. It's hard for me to take him seriously when you give him that nickname, though. And his anger slowly faded away under my stare until it was completely gone.
他妈的，别让我再听这死崽子叫了！他欠我一刀啊！再叫早晚被我宰了。
To hell with it. I don't want to hear the brat's voice again. She owes me one, and if she keeps yapping, she'll end up on my blade.
With a grumble, Tongue sheathed his blade and stomped forward. He finally agreed to spare Swear.
谢谢星爷，谢谢良爷。
Thanks, Master Xing. Thanks, Master Liang.
谢谢良爷。Thanks, Master Liang.
The two sisters were scared by Tongue's rage just now. A man swinging a sword at you. I can't imagine why a child would be scared at this. Crying and thanking me over and over. ... No more tears. Keep crying and I'll give you a smack even if I spare your lives. With that stern warning, I press on ahead. I don't know, context clips right. The whole story, the entirety of this story, at the beginning of the stream, I was debating putting a little content warning in the description. Because the game goes over a lot of incredibly dark topics. And yeah, no, actually, no, I read out, yeah, the Steam page for context of the warning. Hungry Lamb. No, traveling in the late Ming Dynasty would be where no, Hungry Lamb, there we go. So, for context, because Steam has the adult, adult content description, whenever you go to that. This one is described, and I quote, as, and I'm reading this directly from the Steam page. The game includes adult content elements, combat weapon imagery, bones, derogatory language, excruciating pain, criminal behavior, bleeding, violent behavior, accidental death, bodily injury, corpses, violent depictions, suicide, including partial nudity, depictions of sexual violence, rape and abuse, and alcohol consumption without any blood or bloody scenes. Okay, I guess alcohol scenes are void of blood. So yeah, no, this there are some dark topics in this game. In this story, I should say. ... Accidental death. Look, they got very oddly specific, and I presume some of that was translation error. But yeah, there's a reason I had debated putting a content warning into this stuff there. And now moving on. There is one scene in this game that has kind of that when I was looking up stuff for the game, its image went around. It should be fine. Just in case it's not, though, I do have my whole quick censor method. Actually, I should. Sorry, I'm setting this just so that I can real quick add that, just so I can quickly move myself here. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so that should be... That puts me back here, and I can go back into this. Okay. Yeah, just in case I need to block out the screen very quickly, I want that at the ready. There we go. I have had to use that before because thank you Outlast 2 and Amnesia 2 for both having birthing scenes that I have needed to censor with my body. And even then I didn't get all of it in Outlast 2. No, I didn't get all of it in either of them. Ironically, it was the breastfeeding scene in Amnesia Rebirth that was the one that got me. We got to the main road almost at night. Tung and I checked the signs, guessed how far Swigal village was, then crossed the road and kept going toward the village. We camped by a stream nearby. At dinner, Tung did as he said, didn't give any food to Shuer, and even spat in her direction as she lay there. Shuer watched us eating dry rations, almost crying with hunger, thinking about how she almost got us into trouble today. Tears streamed down her face. Trying not to cry out loud, she wiped her eyes silently with her hands. Hi. I saw Mansui take a piece of her own dry ration and give it to Shuer. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that last one. The last thing in chat, not the thing in the game. I also saw Hunger do the same. Shuer ate it quietly when Tung wasn't paying attention. Turned a blind eye, pretending it didn't happen. ... Late at night, Tung snoozed while I kept watch. I freed Mansui and motioned her over for a chat. I wanted to talk about what went down during the day. You did good today. When the official soldiers came, you helped us with the lie.
因为那些官兵不像好人，我不能信他们。
Yeah, those soldiers seem shady. I couldn't trust them.
他们没走官道，行军的时候也没什么纪律，很可能是逃兵。
They didn't follow the main road and had no discipline while marching. They might be deserters.
There are some times, I think this was mentioned even in this game, though, she does not talk... She talks very... She used big word for child. I say as I struggle to say those words.
若是向逃兵求救，他们把我们带走，待我们还不如良夜呢。
If we sought help from deserters, they could have taken us away, treating us worse than you, Master Liang.
Mansui told me what she was thinking. This girl got some smarts, thinking just like me. Those soldiers seemed like they were running from something. With Dongguan always in battle, it's odd to see a small group of soldiers wandering like that. If they got caught, they would get 100 lashes. Not much different from being called a human trafficker. So they were like bad guys ready for anything. Oh, hi, Vectra, how do? These deserters, even if they were up to no good, might just let it slide. Once we gave them a way out, they probably didn't want to poke around too much. ... But I was still not sure about today. Mansui seems smarter. Mansui seems sharter. You're doing good. Yes, the girl seems sharter and you're doing goo. How's the goo feel? Mansui seems smarter. She knew those soldiers weren't good. So why did the other kids, especially Xianghua, agree to help us? If they wanted the soldiers' help, now was the time.
良夜，有件事想和你说一下。
Hey, Master Liang, there's something I want to tell you.
Just as I was wondering, Mansui spoke up. What's up?
除了星野外，大概都知道我不是哑巴了。
Well, except for Master Xing, I reckon everyone knows I'm not mute no more.
那些官兵来的时候，我给琼华说过话，红儿和翠儿也听见了。
When the soldiers showed up, I talked to Xianghua and Hong'er and Shuer heard it too. ...
Oh, I get it now. It hit me all of a sudden. While Tung was busy chatting with the soldiers, I was totally focused on him. I didn't catch Mansui whispering to the other kids. But it made sense. She was probably telling them, keep quiet, don't spill the beans about us being human traffickers. Because those soldiers aren't the friendly type. You did good this time, girl. Seems like you deserve most of the credit for dodging those soldiers. I chuckled a bit, praising Mansui.
我也是觉得良夜信得过，才这么干的嘛。
I trust you, that's why I did it.
对了，良夜，今天还想学影子戏吗？
Hey, Liang, still up for learning shadow play today?
Given the PTSD flashback the last one caused, I don't think we need that. Also, I trust you, she says to the man who is in charge of human trafficking her. I mean, clearly he at least defended the two children who the other one was raising his sword at, but even still, there's kind of like, not interested
为
anymore.
什么呀？良夜之前是为什么那样啊？
Why not? What's up, Master Liang?
Just don't feel like it anymore. Just don't feel like it anymore. I replied coldly. I'm saying coldly because it makes more sense there. To Mansui. Then decided to head back to sleep. This girl, she's sharp and wise beyond her years. Not like most kids our age. That's what wise beyond her years means. She's just as I imagined her from the start. She's like a cat. Desolate village. Oh, is this a flashback one? Or is this still going forward? I can't tell. No, this seems like a flashback. Flashback? Yeah, flashback. No. This is... Oh, what the hell? This town looks very deserted. After successfully evading the soldiers the following afternoon, we finally arrived at Stream Village. Actually, before continuing, because there was a chapter cut off there, I'm going to real quick... Whoops. Upon hearing the name Stream Village, I thought
there would be a water ditch running through the entire village. Gonna save there real quick. Gonna do a quick be right back before continuing this. So you do that. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly do be right back before continuing this. So real quick, be right back.
Oh my god, the mic arm is so creaky.
Anyway, I am back. Okay, I already read that one. Upon hearing the name Stream Village, I thought there would be a water ditch running through the entire village. The villagers lived by the ditch with its gurgling water. By the stream, the washerwoman was washing clothes while the old man was fishing. Just play. You have your good fun with my face. Yeah, have good fun with my face, okay? This place seems so desolate and destitute. But upon reaching the village, we realized there was no stream in sight. The ground had dried up, cracked by the scorching sun. The cracks formed a tangled web from afar, resembling the wrinkles at the corners of an old man's eyes up close. At times, the locusts would leap among the crevices, while at other times they would flap their wings and skim the ground. With no water in the village, and the corpses already dead, there were scarcely any locusts remaining, only a few scattered ones left. Yet I could picture that just a short while ago the locusts blanketed this area, sweeping through the village, devouring all the corpses amidst the cries of the farmers. ... After arriving at Stream Village, we traversed a few households, yet encountered no signs of human presence. How do we find Yin-san's men?
他让我们去找村里的刘永福，得找人问一问，这人在哪儿？
He wants us to find Lin Yongfu in the village. We ask around to find out where he is.
Who do we ask? Everyone is bones!
The villagers here, they've probably fled already. I'm not sure how many households are still here. As I led the pack horse, I observed the dilapidated village and uttered, Okay, that was the end of that sentence. There was nobody on the streets. It was completely empty.
Hello, Mr. Skeleton. May I ask you a question?
Look, I don't care which one because I'm not familiar with many of them really. Insert a Sans meme here, and that's about that's what that is. Seems like there was a severe famine here as well. Despite being near the Central Plains, this place wasn't much better off than northern Shaanxi. Northern Shaanxi.
I'm still doing the thing where I'm checking my pronunciation just to try and think, because from what I know, like Shaanxi, Shaanxi. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Since the new emperor took the throne, there were successive disasters in the past few years. In the first year, droughts plagued northern Shaanxi, leaving the wheat fields completely desolate. People fled in search of food. Famine was widespread, and corpses lay strewn across the countryside. After a few years, despite the common people's hope that the year of disasters was over, more regions were afflicted by droughts, and there were even new locust plagues. New locust plagues? Huh. Interesting. Oh. We want to live in a drought. Why would we want to live in a drought? I don't know. Ask anyone who lives in California. Ask anyone who lives in California why they want to live in a drought. Although from how I understand it, recently they've gotten a bit better, but genuinely, for anyone who lived in California for the past few years, ask them why they want to live in a drought. In larger towns like Huazhou, Huazhou, Sanzhou, and Luoyang,
Things were somewhat better. They still had reserves from previous years of disasters, enough to last for a while. In these cities, although, there were refugees and corpses scattered along the roadsides. The majority of the city dwellers still had food to eat. Hey, can you use less water, please? Look, I don't know the details on it. You just said who would want to live in a you just say why would we want to live in a drought, and I was just like, Google time real quick. Population of California. I don't know. As of 2022, ask the 39 million people are living in a natural oven. Yeah. I'll put it this way. Wait, is that even... Another quick Google before... I need to make sure my joke is appropriate. You say they live in an oven, and I say that most of them are baked in more ways than just that. I just Googled it, and... I legit just Googled this real quick, and I just would like to say, source 2018 California Health Interview Survey, 58% of California adults smoke marijuana as their primary method of use. Yeah, no, California, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it is kind of known as up there and there. Okay, yeah, they're baked in more way than one. They live in the oven and also weed. Anyway. Roadside, the majority of the city dwellers... Oh, in these cities, although there were refugees and corpses scattered along the roadsides, the majority of the city dwellers still had food to eat. Yet these small villages with scant reserves would face complete ruin in the wake of consecutive years of calamities. Amidst the famine-stricken small villages, those deprived of food options either resigned themselves to death in the village or fled eastward in search of relief. California's other cookies. I don't even know enough to confirm or deny that. I only know legit what I Googled and the drought. What do you mean by that, Furt? He means exactly that. He means exactly that. They live in an oven, and they are baked. Relief. This stream village was likely one among the hundreds of villages afflicted by disasters. The villagers here either died of starvation or fled, leaving few remaining. Oh, Jesus! Shut up, Tongue! Young, come over here! Just as I was lost in thought, Tongue called out to me abruptly. It was very abrupt, thank you, Tongue. He stood at the doorway of the first house at the village entrance, as if he had witnessed something terrifying, frozen in place, and reluctant to enter. All right, what are we about to see? What? With curiosity, I got to the house. Whatever could frighten Tongue like this? What could it be? ... What am I about to Oh, okay. Smell of rotting flesh blended with strong tang of blood. The constant drone of flies swirling, buzzing noisily, causing unease. The space likely served as a butchery for animals. The wooden slab occupied the centerpiece of the room, its surface marred by dried black blood. Black blood? That seeped into the solidified ground below. Sorry, that's not a thing of age. Blood turns brown as it ages. I guess it's just very thick. Near the wooden board, heaps of bones laid buzzing with flies while maggots squirmed nearby. Yeah. A butchery? Oh, no. It's a... What? Yeah, no, looks like it. But an animal meat and blood. I don't think this is animal blood. I don't think all of this is animal blood, Thumb. Near the wooden board, heaps of... yeah, that's the maggots. Some bones were bloody, others boiled. They looked like... okay, they are pig... oh, they looked like pig bones at first. But examining closely sent a shiver down my spine. Damn it. These were clearly human bones. Something's off about this village. Yeah, yeah, Thumb, your comment about animal meat and blood. Not... well, humans, I guess, are animals depending on how you ask, but... I glared at the human bones on the ground and said to Tongue nearby,
是啊，不正常。闹灾后开始吃人了，可能现在都死完了。
Yeah, something's off. After the disaster, they turned to eating folks. Probably all dead now.
oh, great, we hit the cannibalism part of the game.
怪事儿，这里这么多骨头，怎么没一个是头啊？
Strange. Lots of bones here, but not a single head.
Oh, that is something odd to notice. Not strange, they likely buried the heads. Even when starving, folks don't fancy munching on heads. As someone who has poked a brain before, I don't know why. You know, the brain seems like it would be good. Huh. That's a bit of a bigger... given the era, cannibalism is kind of... okay, from my context of what this game is telling me, famine and disaster is widespread. Cannibalism is something relatively commonly resorted to. Like, it's not unheard of. So it's not a something's off type thing,
这
exactly.
有什么说法？
Why is that?
Heads don't have much meat, and they're a hassle to eat. Plus, they say chowing down on the head can make you sick. I was about to Google something that could put me very much on a list. I was going to Google something about eating human brains, and I'm going to move on from that thought because, yeah, I don't think I need to explain myself as to why I'm moving on from that one.
啊，我还以为是因为别的原因。
I genuinely thought it would be for some spiritual reason, especially back in this day.
Oh, I figured it was for some other reason.
Other reason?
我以为吃人的害怕被吃的突然动起来，反咬一口。
I thought the ones eaten might suddenly come back and take a bite.
Okay, not exactly where I was going, Tongue, but you know what? Tongue... oh, okay, never mind. He was joking. I couldn't tell by the tone. Tongue joked, but I couldn't laugh. Loonington. I have no last name. I am Loon. That is it. I took my favorite word and took it as my name. Why do I like the word? Simple. Has a few different meanings, but all kind of mean the same thing. Short, so it's only one syllable. And usually it is associated with some form of happiness that, you know, loony, like, I don't know. Okay, Elmo, shut up. Elmo in the... You know, I didn't intend... just be... No, I am simply Loon. That it is just the one. Funny thing, I did have another name. Okay, mild side tangent. I did have another name in mind early on in, like, the concept stage. Which, if I ever... which I think I have an email named after of the temp name. But, yeah, no. There is, you fast a last name on me? Nah, you won't. You won't. But, yeah, no, there was another name, and it was a first and last name combo that I had dealt with, and then I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll just take my favorite word and make it my identity. Fun thing, I think there was one time when I was trying to show something on stream, and I did actually accidentally show that email address on screen, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, because I have an email on my channel that's like, oh yeah, you're Discifer, da-da-da. Popular. It depends. Well, it depends. It depends on definition of popular. What actually definition of popular? That'll clear my search history. Definition popular. Definition popular sovereignty. Why did you? No, just definition popular. Liked, admired, or enjoyed by many people or a particular person or group. Okay, you know what?
Define many? I would say, okay. Lost in conversation? Yes. I would say, and this is a thing of, I do, based on just what is going on, or no, not exactly what's going on, but based on just the amount of people who regularly come here, it's not everyone, you know, not everyone attends every stream, and I will never hold anyone at gunpoint to do so. Chibi might. But yeah, I consider, like, mine to some level popular. Like, I have my own little community here. The people who will come here, have our conversations, be disciplined by Disciplinary Modbot and his policy-violating words. And now we continue reading this story. You know, okay, let's play a game here, actually. Don't put any actual money on this, but I want to take a bet, because this will be the third time I will have seen this in a visual novel. Do we see a small girl with her bottom half removed in this visual novel at any point? Do we think so? Because I've already seen that 2 times at this point in my visual novel reading streams. That for some reason, small girl with bottom half removed and or eviscerated seems to be a common thing that visual novels do. You're sorry, what? Look, I've seen it twice already. This would be a third time if it happens again. First was in Tiny Bunny, which I guess is technically spoilers for the ending I got of Tiny Bunny episode 4. And then the Unfragment one, which is the 15-minute visual novel that I played in the middle of... it was in the middle of one of my 3 games stream. Gamer doesn't need legs. No, but you do kind of need your intestines to not be strewn about the floor or in the cold snow or whatever else that it might be on. I'm going to continue on. But yeah, no, I just want people to think about that if that happens. I don't know why that's a common thing of the visual novels I've gone through. I inspected the bones carefully. No skulls, mostly arms, legs, or small torsos. Smashed torsos, okay. Some parts looked gnawed by maggots, maybe innards. Even with all I seen, the blood, the death, I felt sick. The walls covered in blood, the stench was overpowering. ... Hold on. Something's off. These bones on the ground, they looked kind of small. Looking closer, they were all lamb bones, no big ones. By lamb, do you mean child or actual lamb? Even if there were big ones, they seemed like a woman's, not from a man. Oh, okay. Could it be not good? A shiver ran down my spine as I realized something's wrong, quickly getting up and heading out the door. Kid. There's a kid. Oh boy. As I rushed out, a voice called from a distance. From a nearby house stepped out a villager. Oh! He's skinny, looked around 40, wearing torn clothes. This guy looked rough, eyes dark with a green gleam. That looks red. Like a wild animal. ... Sure enough, the villagers weren't all gone yet. This village just started cannibalizing. From the bones left on the ground, they began with the lambs, and even ate some ewes. Our lambs were in danger. Look, strangers outside. They've got horses and some kids. Let's grab them for a meal. Eat, eat, eat! One villager shouted and another burst from a different house. Soon after, I saw 4 or 5 villagers coming from nearby houses. Well, on the bright side, they all seem thin. Hopefully we can take them. Their eyes glowed green, bodies wobbling as they rushed toward the pack horses and lambs. Xianghua next to me went pale with fear, and Hunger and Xuer turned to run back. But they were tied up and couldn't escape. To them, these hungry villagers looked like scary monsters. They basically should be. Get lost! I shouted furiously, warning the villagers rushing towards us. One villager, red-eyed with hunger, didn't listen to me and still dashed towards the lambs. What a damn idiot. I cursed silently and hurriedly closed the distance. The City of Undead or something? No! These are people who are looking at the caravan of 6 to 11-year-old girls and thinking they would make a fine meal. That is what is currently happening, for context, if you came in late. We just walked out of the house that had a bunch of children and women bones strewn about, and cannibalized. He might be starving, moving slow. I quickly caught up. Instead of stabbing, I lifted my foot and kicked him hard. Kick. Thud. He'd been starving for days, barely able to walk straight. Light as a feather, one kick sent him nearly flying nearly 10 steps. Good, you deserve it. The crazed, hungry guy tumbled onto the ground, falling 3 times. After the third fall, he twisted, bones seeming broken. He coughed blood, then stared wide-eyed at the sky, gasping like a dying fish. My kick might have almost killed him. But hey, he wanted to eat our lambs. He probably ate his own already. If I took his life, he had it coming. ... Back off! I got a dagger. Whoever tries to snatch, I'll kill! I shouted at the approaching villagers, keeping the lambs safe behind me. And I pulled out my dagger, pointing it at them. The sunlight glinted off the blade, making the villagers step back in fear.
Damn, who are these wild monkeys? Wait. Yeah, who are these wild monkeys? Trying to mess with us. We've killed plenty. Taking you out would be a breeze. Anyone tries to snatch from us, our bunch of brothers will come down and wipe out this village.
Buddy, this is literally just my older brother's gonna kick your ass. Oh, God. Tongue whipped out his blade too, adding to our show of force. Smart move, acting like bandits and threatening backup. Oh, okay, that's, you know what, threatening backup. Yep, that's the whole thing. Speaking foreign language, where have I... Buddy, this isn't a foreign language. We are in China. Oh, well, I guess... Look, we don't need the Resident Evil 4 comparisons because... Actually, no, yeah, if the main characters were foreign, that would also be good, but the main characters are also... We're just in China actually, yeah, it's like late 1400s. So like 1490s, I think. Normally we wouldn't dare. Even the toughest bandits wouldn't dare raid a village without lots of men. But now, they were weak from hunger, probably not thinking straight. And it's a bad year. This village was too far from any official soldiers to reach, so no worry about them warning the nearby town. What would they say? Our cannibalism of children was interrupted by bandits? Can someone read this name? The villagers seeing how I looked didn't dare come closer. The troublemaker from earlier even plopped down on the ground, kneeling. Spare us. Please spare us. Can I read your name, please?
村里没东西了，前些日子通关的关老爷说要去剿贼，把所有余粮都拿走了，还捉了村里的几个姑娘去劳局。
There's nothing left in our village. The officials from Tongguan took...
现在我们村里什么也没剩下了，
Whoops.
没法孝敬好汉了。
Sorry. Took a hard 40 days to go to hunt bandits. Oh, it's the same soldiers who came by, I guess. They even took some village girls for the army. Took some village girls for the army. I don't think he means they were joining the army. Oh boy. Now our village has nothing left to offer. No way to give you.
Can we ask him his name, or at some point? The head villager bowed, and the rest started keeping their distance. I glanced at the villagers nearby and far, counting them quietly. 17. That's how many villagers I saw. Most were men, no women or kids. They said the women were taken by the official soldiers, and the women and kids they didn't take might have been eaten by them. Lord, thank you for stopping by at, well, you get to see the cannibal village, I guess. The village eating children. Oh, God, this game is, something. Quite the experience. Didn't know if there were more villagers alive. Anyway, must be more cautious around them. These folks now, not much different from wild beasts.
你们也不用慌啊，我们今天不是来劫财的。
No need to freak out. We aren't here to loot you today.
我们只想来找一个叫刘永福的人，带他来找我们。
Please just don't point us at a pile of bones for the guy we're looking for.
Just looking for a guy named Lin Yongfu. Want to have a chat with him.
Some part, I mean, it does kind of give village vibes. In general.
那小子1个月前就跑了。
Lin Yongfu? That guy ran off a month ago.
跑了？
Ran off?
对呀，上个月关老爷来抓壮丁和匪军打仗，刘永福不知从哪听的消息，提前跑了。
Yeah, last month officials came to take men for the army and fight bandits. Liu Yonghu got wind of it and somehow and bolted early.
妈的，这小子倒溜得挺快，他逃去哪儿了？
Damn. That guy ran off quick. Where'd he go?
不知道啊，东边闹荒不厉害，大概是往东逃了。
Don't know. The east are not as bad. Probably headed that way.
I do question why he's holding a bowl, and I think we are somewhat forgetting that there was the, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Can we just, remind ourselves that the villagers here were zombie-like approaching and trying to eat the children we have with us? And now we're just having a conversation with the village elder? If you knew the east was safer, why didn't you all run?
逃了呀，村里多半的人都逃荒去了呀。往东边逃的有，向西边逃投反贼的也有。
Some did. Most folks fled for safer land. Some went east, some west. Some even joined the rebels.
我们这些留在村里的，大多都是些老胳膊老腿，走在外面怕被人给吃了。
Us folks who stayed were mostly old and frail. Scared to roam outside, afraid we'll be eaten.
都说落叶归根，哪怕死，我们也得死在祖祖辈辈的土地上，省得变成骨灰野鬼。
They say home is where the heart is. Even if we die, we want to die here, not wander as lost souls.
The villagers looked at us from a distance, their eyes showing resignation. Again, can we just remind ourselves that they were attempting to eat the children we have with us, not 5 minutes ago?
I think there's a whole...
You know, the guy who kicked and wound up on the ground, I think he deserves death if he got it, but meh. ... His idea does make sense. These folks, even if facing death, won't leave. Running away or joining rebels meant more danger for them, and the end might not be better than dying here. It hit me then. Folks like me and Tung, always moving around, might be the minority. Most folks probably live and die in one place, especially back in this time period especially.
好汉呐！
Hey, hero.
Just as I was thinking, the villager called me again. ... I looked at him, confused, not sure what he wanted to say.
我儿说是去打仗就没消息了，老婆也被官兵带走了，如今就剩我一个人了。我饿得发昏，熬不过2天了。
My boy went to fight. No word since. Wife taken by officials. Now it's just me. Starving.
Can't last 2 more days.
你们能不能大发慈悲，可怜可怜我们，给我们一匹马，或者至少分我们一些粮？
Could you help us out? Maybe with a horse or some food?
等灾年过去了，我给你们建庙堂烧高香。
Once the hard times pass, I'll build you a shrine, offer prayers for you.
The villager knelt down, pleading with me in tongue. The rest, all dozen or so, followed suit, tears in their eyes, begging us. One by one, they started bowing their heads. Should I share some food with them? Very good offer. Okay. We know that the story of guards coming... I'm just trying to weigh this out in my head before making the decision. We know that the guards have come through and have, you know, they took our rations. So we know that the guards coming through and doing that is not unheard of. They did approach, and some of them were just very, very hungry and seemed to be approaching the children to do that. That's a bit, but we kicked the one and they seemed to back off after that. This elder person appears to at least be level-headed if he's the one speaking for them. I'm trying to think. 5 more days. How many miles a day? Because this game uses mile. This game doesn't actually... Okay, this is a thing of... This game does not seem to have a good judge of distance or time properly. Okay. So... No, how much food do you have left? What can you gain or lose from giving them food? Well, here's the thing. Let's put it this way. They are very desperate for food, which means I'm trying to weigh this out. I'm probably going to... Tongue is gonna bite back. I wonder how much this means, because we got half of it roughly stolen by the soldiers. Again, this guy at least seems to be level-headed. I honestly doubt even giving this to them would make them last much longer, especially in these times, but... I'm gonna share a little with them. Tongue. Moved by a sense of pity, I guided Tongue to one side. No! He cut me off before I could even speak, a resolute look on his face. He knew what I was going to suggest.
梁，别他妈在这时候惦记着做善人啦！刚刚那些事故你没看到？
Yeah. Don't go soft now. Those corpses ring any bells?
这些人早就饿疯了，他们连自己人都吃，却没来吃我们。他们是心善吗？他们是不敢。
They've been starving, eating their own kind, but they didn't come for us. Kind-hearted? Nah, just scared. Tongue whispered to me, sneaking looks at the villagers, kneeling in the distance.
我们是贼，是匪，比他们还饿。他们知道若是上来抢粮食，便要被我们杀，所以才没人敢来抢。
We're thieves, bandits, worse than them. They know if they come for the food, we'll kill them. That's why no one's brave enough to come and snatch from us.
你若是把粮给他们，把他们弄馋了，不怕我们了，喂饱了，有力气了，咱都得玩完。
If you give them food, make them less scared of us, feed them up, give them strength, we'll all be in hot water. ...
Tongue was right. These persons might be groveling now, but that doesn't mean they're innocent and weak. We're low on food already, not much to spare. And if we give them anything, they'll just come back for more. They might even follow us, try to kill us later. That house full of corpses is a grim reminder. No food. No food, not a bit. Okay, so that was a non-choice. Interesting. Listen up. No horses, no food. Anyone tries to rob, I'll kill him. We drew our blades, glaring at the kneeling villagers.
Backing away with the lambs, we left the stream village far behind. ... Later in the forest, east of the village, the stream village was nowhere to be seen. That's when we started planning our next move. What now?
还能怎么办？继续往东走吧。
Keep going east, I guess.
Got enough food to reach Shanzhou?
哎呦，他妈的，本来够的，被那些短命的王八兵借了一半，有点不够了。
Damn soldiers took half, so it's gonna be tight.
Should we go to Tongguan? It's close.
娘，给你几个胆子去潼关，那里他妈的全都是官兵。
Young, you brave enough for Tongguan? It's swarming with soldiers.
我们虽然有路引，但不好解释这些小羊，被官兵问着就是死。
Even if we have a pass, explaining these lambs to soldiers means trouble.
You familiar with Yin? You familiar with? No, you're familiar with the Yinzan? Got any leads?
我想想，
Let's see.
蚊香吧，他在蚊香那里有家差不多的客栈，而且我在那里也有认识的朋友。
Wangxiang. He's got a place there, and I got some pals nearby too.
Alright.
Wangxiang it is.
We have to stretch our food, so we'll tighten our belts and walk a bit farther. I told Tongue and the lambs to... ... Thinking. I wondered if these lambs got why I turned those villagers down. They begged, but I said no to food. Well, technically I think I said yes, but Tongue said no, and then I agreed. But they didn't see that room full of bones. Didn't know what happened there. Can they get any of this? Can these lambs understand how hunger can make folks act like wild animals, losing their minds and resorting to cannibalism? Doubted it. We went southeast to Wangxiang. Wait. Wangxiang. I think I'm pronouncing that right. To avoid the hungry folks from Stream Village, we traveled extra at night. The lambs were exhausted after 2 more hours of walking, so we took a break. I made a fire and gave the lambs rations and water. Maybe because I said we'd have less rations for a while, or because they saw those hungry people. The sheep ate their rations seriously today. They held the rations like treasures, eating every bite carefully. How far is Wangxiang from here? Taking a bite out of my rations, I asked Tongue, seated across from me.
不算近，但也不远，大概3、4天能到吧。
Not super close, but not far either. Should take us about 3 or 4 days to get there.
God, I'm just thinking about how long... Like, thinking again, back then, lifespan wasn't as long either, and how much time it took to get from place to place. God, the amount of people I'm thinking of back then who was just like, you have a village, you were born in this village, and the end of your life, you see nothing beyond that village. And some places I'm sure in the world are still very similar to that. Some less developed places, but... Weird thing to think about there for a moment.
哎，陕州你熟吧？蚊香在陕州西南方，有3天的路程。
Are you familiar with Shanzhou? Shanzhou? Wangjiang is southwest of Shanzhou. About 3 days' walk from here.
Tongue talked about how far and which way, and when he brought up Shanzhou, I got an idea. Didn't seem like we were taking too many extra steps. ... After that, Tongue fell asleep fast. It's my turn to keep watch, but I can't sleep. Those villagers got me thinking. First fierce, then scared. Were they like sheep? No. They fought for survival. Sheep are more numb, taking the pain without a peep. Wolves? No, too pathetic. Begging on their knees. So what were they? What animal? ...
良夜，
Master Liang?
Yes, Monsley? As I thought about the villagers from earlier, I heard a soft call nearby. It was Monsley calling me. What's up? I looked at her with confusion.
接手。
Needs to go.
She blushed slightly, a bit embarrassed as she spoke to me. Ooh. I untied Mansui and took her to a spot downwind, about 50 steps away. She really needed to go, no fooling this time. She was shy and asked me to give her some space. I couldn't see anything, but I heard some noise. After she finished, she took a bit longer before coming back to me.
谢谢良野陪我出来解手。天这么黑，我自己的话肯定不敢。
Thanks for coming with me to pee, Master Liang. It's so dark here, I wouldn't dare alone.
Huh? You scared of the dark, little one?
怕啊，我当然怕黑了，都不敢自己走夜路。
I'm totally scared. I wouldn't dare walk alone at night.
Oh. Speaking of which, you scared of those villagers earlier?
怕啊，当然怕，他们看起来好像要吃了我们嘞。
Yeah, they looked like they wanted to munch on us.
良夜，今天你和星夜看了一间屋子，那个屋子有什么？
Hey, Master Liang, you and Xing checked out a house today. What was in there? ...
Mansui curiously asked me, do I tell the child about the house of mutilated and cannibalized bones? Should I tell her what was in that house? Tell her. This one's tougher than the rest. She can handle it. Hopefully. Plus, it'll be a good scare, might toughen her up a bit. Or it might drive her a bit more, because she is already against a cannibal. A cannibal is her main villain right now, so... In that house, there's a wooden plank, and the whole place is just blood and meat. Blood all over the walls, bones on the ground.
是人的。
People?
Yeah, lots of folks, mostly kids. This village was hit bad, folks starving, so they started eating kids. What's in that house was just what's left of that, I told Mansui coldly, keeping an eye on her reaction. ... She looked surprised when I told her, but didn't seem too frightened. Maybe she's just acting tough. If I were her age, I'd be scared out of my wits by that hellish scene. Yeah, no, understandably. Both options? No, the only one I went back on was one that I wasn't entirely sure on. And that was the whole, like, when in the punishment scene, I went back on it because it was going down a path that I didn't want to go down, and I had misinterpreted what it meant. But yeah, I don't often... For a few reasons, I like to not do all routes or all anything in visual novel, because that also then is like, if you want to see other stuff, you can do it yourself, because, you know, I don't want to be a full replacement for the visual novel's existence in this. Even though I think this entire visual novel is uploaded to YouTube just raw, if you want to see that, but no, I am committed to the options. I have the save points there just in case I want to go back at a later point, but I very much commit to the path I take usually.
良夜，其他孩子不会跟星爷说我不是哑巴的事吧？
Liang, the other kids won't go babbling to Master Xing that I can talk, right?
Just as I was wondering if she was scared of that house, she hit me with a question out of nowhere. ... No, they're too scared of him. Wouldn't dare to talk back.
也是，他们都怕星爷，毕竟星爷之前差点想杀翠儿。
Okay, she pronounced that name. Hold on.
也是，他们都怕星爷，毕竟星爷之前差点想杀翠儿。
Swear. Okay. Swear is how you pronounce that name. Swear. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's terrified of Master Xing. Remember when he almost killed Suyer? Suyer?
Oh, God. Okay, Suyer. Yeah, Suyer. That name, finally I've paid attention to someone pronouncing it. Suyer.
我觉得大家是喜欢良夜的，有事的时候，大家现在都找良夜。
Oh, I think everyone likes you, Master Liang. And whenever there's trouble, they all come to you now.
Stop with the sweet talk. I haven't forgotten how close you were to killing me.
良 老爷真记仇。
Well, given that I saw the reality in which she did kill me.
You sure doesn't forget things?
Does your butt still hurt?
不疼了。
No, it's fine now. ...
Is what you said about your sister and the swine demon
是
true?
真的。我们只要一到洛阳，就会被送到妖怪的餐桌上。
Yes, it's true. Once we get to Luoyang, we'll be fed to the monster.
但是，我不怕，我要给姐姐报仇。
But I'm not scared. I'm going to get revenge for my sister.
I frowned, staring at her intently. She looked determined, not like she was lying. Huh. When will there be... When will there be new emotes? Whenever I have time and memory that link together, that decide new emotes are new thing. Huh. Also, yes, hello, kitty cat. How do? 1 sec. Pet. That's my petting noise of on petting the cat, I guess. I don't know. When she said revenge, I could feel her resolve. But how could a kid like her seek revenge against a man-eating swine demon? If it's true, should Tung and I really take them there? ... I fell into thought. Not good. As a lone wolf, I shouldn't even care about this question. The lives of these lambs were none of my concern. I lived for me, not them. Oh, 1628. Okay. Huh?
It was hot, and the ground was really dry. I sat in front of my house, lost in thought, with my arms around my knees, and my chin rested on them. I just cried my heart out. My tears came out, and my nose was runny too. I hadn't been drinking much water, so I didn't shed too many tears, even though I cried my heart out.
穗儿，别生气了。
Little Sui, don't be mad.
What happened? Oh god, when was the last time you were here? Food was not given to there. We had the conversation with the little girl about, what happened in the house, and she had her resolve for revenge on the swine demon big.
我们煮了那狸奴也是没办法。
Oh, Oh, kitty cat, you showed up right in time. Get in the pot.
We really had no choice but to cook the
他
cat.
本来就要死了，都趴在地上不叫了，眼睛眯着，本就难活过今天了。
It was going to die anyway. It was lying flat on the ground, its eyes squinting, and it wasn't making any noise. It's unlikely it could have made it through the day. I crouched by the doorway, listening to my mom's voice coming from inside the house. Mom was talking to me, but I pretended that I didn't hear it. Because I was still mad at my mom. I hated my mom because she just cooked my kitten.
穗儿，别耍性子了，人都快饿死了，还管得了畜生？
Little sweet, don't act up now. People are starving and you still care about livestock.
你奶奶一天昏过去几次，梦话都念叨着想开荤。
Your grandma passed out a few times a day, and when she sleep talks, all she talks about is how she
这
craves
孩
meat.
子到底是要奶奶还是要狸奴啊？
Don't be so childish. Do you want your grandma or the cat?
穗儿，听话，趁热也来吃点吧。
Little sweet, be a good girl. Come here. Come have some too while it's still warm.
不吃算了，再晚点，财儿就都吃完了，一点都不给你留。
Whatever. Little Kai is going to finish everything if you don't hurry.
Mom kept yapping on and on, accompanied by the sound of my brother gobbling down the meat. He just bit into a leg, teeth sinking into a piece of meat still attached to the bone, then took a big sip of soup. I didn't want to hear those sounds. AWP. I don't know what AWP stands for there.
The smell of the meat soup wafted through the air. It's tangy with a bit of gamey smell. The smell made me want to puke, but it also made my stomach growl from hunger. I didn't want to smell that. Dot dot dot. I tried hard to cover my eyes, and also wanted to pinch my nose shut, but I couldn't do it because I only have 2 hands. So I dropped my head and pressed my entire face against my knees until it was hard for me to breathe. The gap between my knees makes it difficult for me to hide myself and escape from this home I don't want to be
云
in.
云，穗儿正心情不好，别去扰他了。
Lianyun, little Sui is not in a good mood now. Stop bothering
让
her.
他自己静静，女儿也大了，她能想明白的。
Just leave her be. Our daughter's not a kid anymore. She'll come around. I heard that deep sigh from Dad. Lately, Dad had been drooping weak stalk, lacking vitality, spending his days sighing with his head drooped low. It had been a long while since I last saw the dad who used to smile constantly and provide a sense of security. ... Everything had changed. It was completely different from 2 years ago. It hadn't rained for a long time. The last time it rained, my brother was still very young, and my mom had to carry him around all day long. I recalled that day from 2 years ago when I was 8 years old, and it rained heavily. There were a lot of fish in the river. I caught one and fed it to the kitten. Oh, that cat had been around for 2 years. I forgot to think about that. That day, Dad even brought sweet potatoes back for our family. It was the first time I'd ever had sweet potatoes. I've never seen rain before. I've never seen rain before after that day. Before or after. Without rain, a lot of things changed. The river became shallow and the fish died. The ground cracked and the wheat also perished. The wheat began to fade, turn yellow, and then wither away before it could even fully mature. Dad desperately wanted to revive the wheat. He grabbed his hoe, loosened the soil, and worked tirelessly from dawn till dusk. At first he would smile and encourage us, saying everything would turn out all right. So long as he worked hard, better days would come. However, the wheat continued to wither away piece by piece. One morning, I saw my dad sitting in the wheat field and in a kneeling position. Looking around, I could see that all the wheat in the entire field had withered and dried. The way wheat and fish die is quite similar. When a fish dies, it lies on the dried riverbed, eyes wide open, gasping for breath slowly. Similarly, when wheat dies, it too lies on the cracked earth, swaying gently with the wind, rising and falling slowly. I sneak a glance at Dad. I saw him clutching the lifeless body of a wheat stalk in his hand. He held it close to his chest, gritting his teeth, drooping his head as if he was in tears. Gradually, his grip tightened, crushing the wheat in his palm, scattering it into the dry wind. Dad tried his best, yet there was no positive outcome, leaving him deeply unsettled. He began to blame himself, regretting the reckless spending from 2 years ago when he bought those sweet potatoes. I wasn't sure if he cried or not, but I guess he definitely did. ...
我上次去换粮的时候，看到镇上的很多屋子都是空的。
Last time I went to exchange grains, I noticed that many houses in town were
人都逃走
vacant.
了。
Did they all run away?
啊，听说都在往东跑，要往陕州去。
Yeah, I heard they've all gone east, heading toward Shanzhou.
陕州，沈姨不是说那里刚闹了兵变，知县都被人杀了。
Shanzhou? Didn't Aunt Shen say there was just a rebellion there and even the country magistrate was killed?
沈姨竟会扯些流言。我问过乡老，他说那里并没有兵变。
All Aunt Shen knows is to spread rumors. I asked a fellow townsman, and he said there was no rebellion
而且
there.
你仔细想想，陕州临近潼关，周围驻扎了那么多军队，谁敢在那儿兵变啊？
Plus, if you really think about it, Shanzhou is close to Tongguan. We're surrounded by many troops. Who would dare rebel there? ... I was still sitting in the doorway, watching the barren land in the distance, while eavesdropping on my parents' conversation. They mentioned some towns in the east, like Shanzhou and Tongguan. What kind of places are Shanzhou and Tongguan? What is a rebellion?
现在怎么办？家里的存粮也不多了。
What now? We don't have much food left in the
我反
house.
复算了一下，咱家这5口，哪怕每天泡稀粥，也只够吃1个月。
I did the calculation a few times. For our family of 5, it'll only last a month, even if we have thin porridge every day.
What do you mean? I don't think 1600s Chinese people would know about what's going on in Paris. I don't think the world was very interconnected at that point.
要么我们也往东逃。
Well, should we also escape to the east?
不行，娘走不了，2个娃儿也还小，咱们挪不动啊。
No. Mom isn't fit for travel, and our 2 kids are still too young. We can't carry them
而
around.
且现在所有人都往东逃，关岛、山里都是蹲着抢粮的盗匪，不好走啊。
Plus, everyone's fleeing to the east. Bandits are camping the mountains by the main roads, looking to rob food. It's not safe for travel.
可这样下去，吃不上饭要怎么办？
But if this keeps on, what should we do if we run out of food?
镇上的当铺还开着，我明天再去当些东西，再去找乡老买些粮。
The pawn shop is still open in town. I'll go pawn some more stuff tomorrow and buy some food from the
要
townsmen.
么把我的镯子也当掉吧。
Pawn my bracelet too
那
then?
是你爹留给你的，还是算了吧。
Your dad left you that. Forget it.
当掉吧，现在粮价一直在涨，趁早当了买粮。等灾年过去，我们再把它赎回来。
Just pawn it. The price of food keeps going up. It's better to pawn it now and buy food early. We'll get it back after the hard time passes.
可是
But Mom and Dad were still discussing about exchanging food. I heard Mom was going to pawn her bracelet. That bracelet looked quite lovely. It was part of the dowry left to my mom by her family. The kitten was eaten because we needed to eat. Mom was going to pawn her bracelet so we wouldn't starve. Perhaps I should forgive Mom? Oh.
Grandma is dying, it would seem.
Suddenly, I heard my grandma coughing. Grandma was awake. She was sick for quite a few days and even passed out because of it. We were so worried about her, and she was finally awake.
娘，
Mother! Dad and Mom quickly gathered around Grandma as she woke up.
刚才你们是不是给我喂了点汤？
Did you just feed me some soup?
对，给娘喂了一点汤，我喂的。
You fed the unconscious lady. You know what? Good on you.
Yeah, we fed you some soup. I did.
什么汤啊？酸味儿那么重。
What kind of soup was it? It was so tangy.
黎奴的肉汤。
It was cat meat soup.
哎呀，怪不得啊！
Oh, no wonder.
汤还有一点儿，娘要不要再喝点儿？
There's still a bit of soup left. Do you want to have some more, Mother?
不要，我不喜欢黎奴的味道。
No, I don't like how cat tastes.
Rather die than eat the cat food.
而且呀，我马上要去见阎王爷了，不必给我喝汤了，你们自己喝吧。
Plus, I'm going to die any minute now. I don't need to have more soup. You guys can have it.
娘，不要说这么不吉利的话。
Mother.
你的气色
Ah, wait.
比昨天要好多了。
Mother, don't say such ominous things. You're looking much better than yesterday.
我自己怎样，也只有自己知道。
I'm the only one who knows how I'm doing.
我刚去了一趟鬼门关， 见了牛头马面，他们想用锁链套我，我一甩身子，给挣开了。
I just paid a quick visit to Death's Door and saw the Hell Guards who wanted to chain me up, but I managed to wiggle free.
我不是怕跟他们走，只是有事儿还没跟你们说完啊。
It's not that I was scared to go with them. I just had stuff that I didn't finish telling you about.
呀，你说吧。
Go ahead, Mother.
这灾呀，来得突然，但想来也早有预兆。
This disaster came out of nowhere. But
早几年你爹走的时候，
stupid heavy fingers.
就做了噩梦，梦到的场景和现在一模一样。现在说的话，好像在梦里也都说过。
Okay, I think I was about here. But come to think of it, there were signs of it long before. When your dad passed away, I had a nightmare. The scene I dreamt of was exactly what's happening now. And it feels like I'm repeating what I said in the dream, too.
你们在我走后，一定要去找水，要去找蛇。蛇的旁边可以挖井，有了井，村里的人都活了。
After I pass away, you've got to find water and snake. You can dig a well next to the snake, and with a well, everyone in the village will
咱
survive.
后院的那宝贝，不要吃，不能卖，因为有神仙寄宿在上面，
Do
不
not,
能得罪神仙。
do not eat or sell that treasure in our backyard. Since there is a deity residing in it, we must not offend the deity.
我想见彩儿，彩儿在哪儿啊？
I want to see little Kai. Where is Sai?
I think that's how she was pronouncing it.
奶奶，我在这儿。
Grandma, I'm here.
彩儿真乖。
You're such a good boy, little Sai.
Grandma called out to my brother once, and my brother ran over to her side. Grandma tended to be more affectionate toward my younger brother than toward me. Whenever something happened, she would usually call for him first. She would often forget about me.
穗儿呢？
How about little Slee?
However, I was caught off guard. This time it didn't take long for her to call my name. I stood at the same spot hearing Grandma calling my name. I wasn't sure why, but I was getting a bit nervous. I wasn't sure how I should face her. Not long ago, I got mad at Grandma because Mom said Grandma wanted to have some meat, which led to the kitten being cooked. But now, for some unknown reason, I'm not really mad at her anymore.
穗儿，快过来！
Dulcie, hurry and come over here, Mom called out to me. I didn't hold a grudge anymore. Instead, I obediently sat by grandmother's bedside with my younger brother.
奶奶，我来了。
Grandma, I'm here.
I gently called out to Grandma before sitting down and looking at her. Grandma was lying on the bed. Her breath was weak but steady. I thought she would look pale since her body was weak. However, her face was actually a bit red at that very moment. The wrinkles on her forehead smoothed out, and a smile graced her lips, giving her a gentle and kind appearance.
In my recollection, Grandma was always fond of arguments, to the extent that one might even say she enjoyed stirring up trouble for no reason. Whenever someone in the family did something slightly wrong, she would follow them around nagging for half the day. But now she's different from before, appearing very gentle and kind. It felt somewhat unfamiliar. I can hardly recognize this version of Grandma anymore.
彩儿，穗儿啊，来，奶奶要给你们讲故事。
Little Sai, little Sri, come. Grandma has a story to tell you.
娘，你这身体还是好好休息吧。
Mother, you should get some proper rest first.
哎，不休息，我比刚才感觉更有精神了，睡不着了。
No, I'm feeling much better now than earlier. I can't sleep anymore.
我就想给两个娃儿多讲点故事。你们忙你们的，就不要管了。
I just want to tell these two kids a story. Just go do your thing and stay out of this. Grandma gasped for breath as she scolded Dad for attempting to get her to rest. In that moment, she bore a striking resemblance to the grandma I knew so well.
彩儿啊，之前听过鬼差的故事吗？
Little Shy, have you heard the story about the Hell Messenger?
没，
No.
那吞妖的故事呢？
What about the story about the swine
也
demon?
没。
No, I haven't.
哎呀，那看来奶奶之前净给穗儿讲了，都没给你讲。
I guess I only told the stories to Little Sui and not you.
那我先讲吞妖的故事吧。
Let me tell you the story about the swine demon first, then.
几百年前，华州附近的华山上住着一头吞妖，修为千年，专吃小娃子。
A few hundred years ago, a swine demon resided on Hua Mountain near Hazor. With 1,000 years of cultivation, it preyed on little
4个
kids.
小娃子被捉了去，其中有个勇敢的娃子藏了一把刀，准备要杀那吞妖。
4 kids were captured, and there was one brave kid who had a knife and was going to kill that swine demon. Oops. Grandma told us the story about the swine demon. The sun went down as she went on and on. The sunlight in the house grew dimmer, and so did the light in Grandma's eyes. When the night comes, Grandma's voice grew increasingly faint. Each word seemed to be a struggle, with her trying hard to breathe while speaking through her clenched teeth. ... Eventually, she stopped before finishing the story. I thought she fell asleep at first, but I didn't hear her breathing. Dad came over and touched Grandma's wrist, then stood there absent-minded without saying a word. I also touched Grandma's wrist. It was really cold and chilly. After that, Mom and Dad gathered around Grandma and cried. My brother started crying too after seeing them in tears. The room echoed with the sound of weeping. I was stunned and stood still as I glanced at everyone. I felt as if my heart was being gouged out with a knife, but I didn't cry. Earlier today I had already cried all my tears for the kitten. By the time midnight came, there were none left for my grandma. Rest in peace, grandmother who didn't even finish the story of the swine demon. Ugh. And I need to drink!
Rest in peace, Grandma. At least it was very kind of Grandma to acknowledge that she was on death's door already and not consume any more food. Now, on that note, I'm going to do a quick be right back before continuing. So, thwork. And real quick, be right back.
Geez, that's louder than I thought it would be. I am back. And also, on the comment of no sister, I did notice, because she keeps saying she's going to avenge her sister from the swine demon, that her flashbacks do not include a sister. She only has a brother. So that is something interesting to note. How's the road trip? Oh, you know, there was the village of cannibals. Specifically who cannibalized children. And the deserter guards who were before them, so, you know, eventful. Leaving the stream village, it's a 3-day journey back to Wengzhang. Each day we walked a bit, munch on rations at dusk and dawn, and drank water. Nothing out of the ordinary happened along the way. Well, Yuki shows up and nothing out of the ordinary happens, I guess. If anything stood out, it was how the lambs started getting along better. One time, with tongue snoring away, I feigned sleep. The lambs took the opportunity to exchange a few whispers.
姐姐，你原来不是哑巴呀？
You could talk all along?
是呀，不是哑巴。
Not a mute.
姐为啥要装哑巴？
Why did you pretend to be mute then?
哑巴做事方便，谁都会对哑巴戒心少一些。
It's easier that way. People trust you more if they think you can't talk.
可要是被星爷和梁爷发现了怎么办？
What if Master Xiang and Master Liang find
你
out?
们不说，他们便发现不了呀。应该不会说吧？
They won't if you don't tell them. You won't tell, right?
不说的，一定不说的。
Never. We won't.
姐姐，谢谢昨天把你的粮分连我一块儿。
Thanks for sharing rations
没
yesterday.
事儿，你多吃点，好长大。
No problem. Eat more, get stronger.
话说，你们为啥都叫我姐姐呀？为什么觉得我比你们大？
Hey, why do you all call me sis? Why do you feel like I'm older than
我
you?
也不知道。姐虽然和我一样高，但是感觉更像一个大人。
Not sure. Even though we're the same height, you seem more grown up.
而且叫不出姐的名字，我也只能叫姐啦。
And since we don't know your name, we just call you sis.
哦，我看起来还更像大人啊。
Oh, I guess I do seem more grown up.
对了，姐姐叫什么名字？
Hey, what's your name, sis?
我知道，翠儿叫翠儿，红儿叫红儿，他们也知道我的名字，我们就是不知道姐姐的名字。
I know Suyer is called Suyer. Honger's called Honger. They know my name. We just don't know your name.
A whole scene of whispering young girls to do the higher pitched voices of is turning out to be slightly painful.
我的名字是穗，你们叫我穗姐姐就好。
My name is Sui. You can call me Sis Sui.
不过，千万要记得，不要在星爷面前同我说话。星爷若是知道我不是哑巴，会打死我的。
Don't talk to me around Master Xing. If he knows I'm not mute, he'll kill me.
明白的。
Got it?
Mansui whispered to the lambs, serious-like. I peeked, trying to hear. She told them a different name than the one she told me. I heard Mansui, but they just called her Sui. What's her real name? She hiding it from me too? What lovely sky we have. For 3 days I had been thinking about these lambs, wondering where they were from, what they'd been through. Kept me going, stopped me feeling too hungry. We agreed, 1 meal a day. Not much for them, definitely not enough for me. After eating afternoon meal, but came midnight, my belly started growling, feeling like there was a storm brewing inside. By dawn, maybe I'd starved enough because hunger faded away. At noon, with the sun blazing overhead, the water in my belly turned into fire, making me parched and dizzy. I felt like I had lost a part of myself, my steps heavier than when I was full. Thankfully, days like these didn't linger. 3 days later, we crossed the main road and reached Wengzhang. Dot dot dot. Oh, it's the same. It's the same scene as when we first met the girls. Just meant to be repurposed, I guess. Tong was right. Yin-san did indeed have an inn in Wengxiang. Oh, well, I guess if it's supposed to be the same persons as well. Similar style. After we arrived, we asked around and quickly found it in the eastern part of town. It looked a lot different. It looked a lot like the one back in Huazhou, with similar size and decorations, just some minor differences in how the tables and chairs were arranged. That explains why it is the same art piece. Tong went inside to talk to the inn waiter, while the lambs and I waited in the lobby, catching bits of their conversations from a
这
distance.
位呀，请问您是哪位呀？是三爷的朋友吗？
Hey, who are you? Friend of Master Yin-san?
是啊，我们是尹三儿那边的人，正在替他运货。货是4只小羊，要运到洛阳。
Yeah, from Yin-san's crew. Here to haul stuff. 4 lambs heading to Luoyang.
哦，三爷的活儿我知道的，2个月前刚接过一对。
Oh, Master Yin-san's deal. Had one like that 2 months back.
接过一对，也是去洛阳的吗？
Oh, had another delivery. Also Luoyang bound?
是啊，都是往那儿送的，而且也是几只小羊。
Yep. All headed there with some lambs too.
先不说这个，我们走了几天了，需要在这儿休息1天，再补充一些补给。
Hold on. We've been traveling for a while, need a day off and some
明白，
supplies.
您在这儿休息就行。接三爷的活儿，在这儿住是不要钱的。若是想买什么东西，我告诉您在哪儿买。
Got it. Rest here for a day. No charge for Master Yin-san's job. If you need anything, I'll lead you where to get
好
it.，
我知道了。那还有一件事儿，想找你打听下。
Got it. Oh,
Got it. One more thing though. Is Li Gui around? Where's he at?
什么事儿？
What's up?
李贵是不是在城里啊？他现在在哪儿？
Is Li Gui around? Where's he
李
at?
贵。哦，李爷呀，他今天去东市的一家酒楼了。我等会儿给您指条路。
Oh, Li Gui. Oh, Master Li. He's over in the tavern at the East Market today. I can show you there if you want.
不用，我知道哪个酒楼，上次他带我去过。
No, I know where it is. He took me there before.
Dot dot dot. Tung and the waiter were nearly done talking. They whispered a bit more, then Tung came out of the back room and joined us in the main hall.
呀，我一会儿去市集买些补给，顺便去见个朋友。
Long, I'm gonna head to the market and get some supplies and meet a friend. We can still buy food here.
买得到，毕竟是大城，有是有，但是价格听说翻了一番呢。他妈的！
Yep, it's a big city after all, but prices have doubled. Damn it.
Even if they've doubled, we still gonna buy. It's a long way to Luoyang. Also, what should I do while you're out shopping and seeing friends?
你看着这些小羊就好啊。我刚才跟店小二说了，带你们去澡堂，你可以带小羊们洗洗。
You wash these lambs. I told the innkeeper to take you to the bathhouse. You can have a wash. You're not washing up before we go out?
我不用，我今天不住这客栈，要找李贵给我安排个地方住，也顺便在那儿洗了。
Me? No, not staying here tonight. Going to ask Li Gui for a place and wash up there.
齐罗粉黛，浑圆妥帖，可比这些小羊们有的看呢。
Graceful and exquisite, much better than these lambs.
Dot dot dot.
哥知道你不好这一口，不然呢也带你开开荤呐。
I know it's not your thing, otherwise I'd take you along for some fun.
Tung winked and gave my shoulder a tap as he talked. After seeing his expression, I recalled who Li Gui was. I met him once. He's like Yin-san in Wengxiang, doing similar work, but he mostly sold women, not lambs. He often tricked respectable women from far-off places into brothels, or dressed up girls from brothels to sell them elsewhere as servants. That's the sort of business he was always in. He ran a tavern in Wengxiang full of courtesans. Tung went to find him, might have stayed the night too. I reckoned he was up for a chat and some fun. I was not much into that stuff. Better keep an eye on the little lambs so they didn't wander off. Dot dot dot.
梁爷，水已经烧好了，这边请。
Master Liang, the water is ready. Right this way. After Tung left, the waiter took us to the inn's bathhouse in the back hall. It was a big bath, about 3 times as large as the hotel lobby. The bath is 3 times as large as the lobby. There was a big pool in the middle and a large wooden tub next to it. Wooden buckets sat by the pool and tub filled with hot water. White steam rose from the water, floating in the air like tiny clouds. The waiter then left, leaving only me and the lambs in the bathhouse. Kids, I'll untie your ropes so you can all take a bath. I'll use the big pool over there, and you can use the wooden tub. After washing, we'll rinse our clothes in the nearby stream, let them dry for tomorrow. I talked to them about washing up and changing clothes. I untied the ropes around their waists.
梁爷，有事想问。
Master Liang, something's up.
What's up?
我们要一起洗吗？
We bathe together?
Yeah, you're all going to bathe together.
不是，我是说，梁爷要跟我们一起洗吗？
No, I mean, are you going to bathe with us?
Not together. I'll bathe in the pool, and you all in the tub.
那是同时洗吗？都在这个澡堂里洗吗？
So, are we bathing at the same time? Are we all bathing in this bathhouse? ...
梁爷，我们要都在这个澡堂里。梁爷脱光衣服，我们也脱光衣服，是这样洗吗？
Master Liang, do we all bathe together in this bathhouse? You takes off clothes, we take off clothes too? ...
抱歉，梁爷，可能是我多想了。
Sorry, Master Liang, maybe I thought too much.
但是，男女授受不亲，爹娘说过，女子的身体只能给丈夫看。
But men and women shouldn't be too close, and my parents said a woman's body should only be seen by her husband.
I get it now. But remember, a few days ago when you needed to go, I was there too, right?
不一样，有草丛，梁爷看不到。
Just gonna 1 second remind myself what my sensor button key is, so that I can have that on hot command. Okay, that, okay, yep, that's the get me in front of screen thing, and the, crap, what is the, no, that was that. Don't mind me, I'm trying to remember what all my keybinds are, so that is that one, and then it's, so that goes me back here, and that is to here. That to here. God, I wish I had some level of remembrance over how I can. Okay, so that. There we go. Just in case, I just have it memorized. This is just Ming Dynasty, and this is just bathing. This is just bathing. It's not like the it's not like the last time that you were getting infuriated. All right.
That's different. There were bushes you couldn't see.
爹娘说了，女子满7岁便不可与男子共浴，这是严规，犯了会嫁不出去的。
So I'm just laughing because it's just.
Yeah. And also, my parents said when girls turn 7, they shouldn't bathe with boys. It's a rule. Breaking it means no one will want to marry you.
God, that reminds me of in kindergarten, the one kid who thought the middle finger meant you were talking to God because that's what his parents would tell him. So it's just the whole. You give the extremist reason so that the children brain would be like, oh, don't do that. ... I stayed quiet as Xianghua finished talking, not saying anything. ... Seeing me silent, she kept quiet too, not daring to speak. She kept her head down, maybe because she was shy or scared and didn't look at me. She stood up for her beliefs, not wanting to bathe with me in the same bathroom. At first I felt awkward, but thinking about it, it made sense. I thought the other lambs were just kids too young for men and women shouldn't be too close. But for some, turning 7 meant a clear distinction between genders. While the other lambs came from simple families and didn't care much about customs, For a Xianghua, raised in a strict home, it was a big deal. I've heard stories of well-born women shamed and driven to extremes over their honor. While I may not see gender divisions as significant, she might. ... I nodded along with Xianghua's idea. These lambs were like goods to me, bought or taken, but I wasn't sure if I should go along with it. These lambs were like goods to me, bought or taken. If I agreed now, would they push back more later? Maybe bathing together would remind them of their place as goods. Oh, great. But I wasn't really one of those traffickers. Should I really go that far?
要么这样吧，琼华、红儿、翠儿，你们先洗，我和良夜之后洗。
How about this? Xianghua, Hong'er, and Shuer. You go wash first, then me and Master Liang will go later. Just when everything felt stuck, Mansui suddenly blurted out something. Ah, she had been quiet as a mouse. What she said caught me off guard. What's this little rascal up to?
随姐姐，你怎么说话了？你不能在良夜面前说话的。
Sui, how come you're talking? You can't talk in front of Master Liang.
随姐姐，
Sui, ...
Shuer was surprised because we spoke in front of me, while Hong'er... Well, Hong'er and Xianghua... Oh, they forgot to capitalize the H in Hua. Stared at Sui in shock, unsure if it was because her sudden speech or suggestion to bathe with me.
没事，良夜知道我不是哑巴，不用担心的。
it's fine. Master Liang knows I can talk. No need to worry.
Mansui looked up to me and gave me a little smile.
我提议你们先洗，我和良夜后洗，是觉得这样才合适。
You girls wash first, then me and Master Liang will follow. Seems like the right order.
男女授受不亲，琼儿家教严，不能与良夜一起洗，也不好自己洗，干脆你们三个一起洗吧。
Boys and girls should keep a distance. Xianghua is strict. Can't wash with Master Liang, nor alone. You three wash together, okay?
可若是这样，难免良夜会有些寂寞。良夜若喜欢让女童陪着洗澡，我可以陪良夜洗。
If that's the case, Master Liang might feel lonely. If Master Liang likes having girls around when bathing, I can join him.
Oh, that phrasing. ... Mansui glanced at the other lambs, then at me. She seemed unsure, maybe a bit upset. The other lambs looked at Mansui with pity, then back at me. Their looks made me uneasy, like they thought I was some sort of oddball. Oddball is a bit of an interesting word choice for the current situation we find ourselves in. Last, don't go spouting nonsense. When did I say I like having girls around when bathing? I said we should all wash together to save time and money. Forget it. Why am I even explaining so much? You all wash up, and when you're done, I'll wash alone. I was annoyed by these lasses staring at me, so I blurted something out and stormed out of the room.
谢谢良夜。
Thank you, Master Liang.
谢谢良夜。
Thank you, Master Liang.
I heard the little lambs thanking me as I left. Oh, Jesus! I exited the bathhouse and shut the door behind me, very aggressively. ... I stayed outside while the lambs bathed within. Even with the door between us, I could still catch snippets of their chatter.
这水好烫。
Hot water.
这确实有点疼，看来还得在凉一下再进了。
Yeah, too hot. Looks like we'll wait for the water to
水
cool.
池这边不烫啊，我们可以去这里洗。
Water here's fine. Let's bathe here.
穗儿姐，良夜刚才说了，她要在水池洗，我们不能洗吧？
Oh, wait, why are you calling her Mansui? Did she correct her name to you now, or 1 second? Oh. Back feels good now. Okay.
Mansui, Master Liang said he's using the pool. We can't.
嗯，
Did he?
良夜，
哦
我记得良夜说过了，他说他要在水池里洗，要我们在木桶里洗。
1 second.
嗯，良夜说了吗？
Sorry, I cut it off slightly and I wanted to hear the full reading of it.
Yeah, he did. Pool's his, tub's ours.
我也记得。
Got it.
Wow, that was not the voice I wanted to do for Swear.
对，穗儿姐，我们还是不要。啊，穗儿姐，你怎么踩到水池里了呀？
Hey, this is sweet. Maybe we should. This is sweet. Why did you step in the pool?
没事的，我们也来这边洗吧，不用管太多。
It's fine. Let's bathe here too. Don't fuss
4
too
个人
much.
用木桶太挤了，肯定是要用水池的。等我们洗完后，再帮梁爷换新的水就好。
I'm adjusting myself within my chair. Why am I spinning to the right?
4 of us in 1 tub is too cramped. We should use the pool. After we're done, we'll help Master the Young change the water.
那好，穗儿姐会放水池里的水吗？
Oh, okay. Will you drain the pool,
我
Sis
看
Sweet?
看，应该是这么弄。怎么直接就放水了？会了会了。
Let me see. Oh, why is it draining already? Oh, got it.
... I heard them talking about whether to use the pool or not. Eventually, they decided to go for it, led by Mansui. Alright, let them do as they please. As long as they can change the water for me later, it's all good. ...
水池里的水真舒服，这池子快跟竹底房子一样大了。
The pool feels so comfortable. It's almost as big as the room we're staying in.
哎呀，姐，香辣臭臭。
Don't pee in the pool.
Sis, I need to go potty.
你先憋着，拉在这里姐要打你的。
Hold it in. If you go here, I'll scold you.
能憋着。
Is there not a nearby bathroom?
Okay, I can hold it in.
姐，我想洗头，头痒了好几天了，怕有塞子。
Sis, my head itches. Oh, want to wash it?
你过来，我给你洗。
Come, I'll wash it for
你
you.
要把头放到盆里嘛？
Do I put my head in the
你
basin?
等一下，别乱动，我先往盆里加水。
Wait, don't move. Let me add some water first.
姐，不要加了，费进耳朵里了。
Sis, don't have water. Water's getting in my ears. ...
Now the scuffling.
穗儿姐是哪里人？
Oh, one second. Neck is very stiff.
Where are you from, Sis Sweet?
我，家里住在洛阳。
Me? Oh, I'm from Loyang.
洛阳，那不就是我们要去的地方吗？洛
Water.
阳是什么样的？
I'm drinking water before continuing, real quick. My mouth was getting very dry there.
Loyang, isn't that where we're headed? What's it like there?
也没什么，就是一座很大的城镇，有很多人，有吃不完的粮食。琼儿是哪里人？
Just a big town with a lot of folks and plenty of food. And you, Xiong'er, where are you
我
from?
祖籍杭州，父母都是杭州人。
Isn't that a different name than what was stated before?
Sorry, my roots are in Hangzhou. My parents are locals
杭
too.
州我知道，那是很美的地方。白娘娘和许宣在西湖相遇，后来被法海镇在了雷峰塔。
Oh, Hangzhou. I know it. Heard it's pretty nice. Lady White Snake and Zhu Xian met there. Then Fa Hai. Fa Hai trapped them in Leifeng Pagoda.
我也听过白娘娘的故事，不过其实我对杭州也不了解。
I've heard about Lady White Snake's story too, but honestly, I don't know much about Hangzhou.
我出生后不久，爹爹就从杭州调到了京城，我们一家都在京城住。
Shortly after I was born, my father was transferred from Hangzhou to the capital for work, and our whole family lived there.
Well, you're also still very young, so you don't have much. Yeah, it's not surprising you don't know too much.
京城，哦，听说京城的皇宫很漂亮，金黄的琉璃瓦会发光，万岁爷就住在皇宫里。琼儿， 你见过万岁爷吗？
The capital? Oh, I've heard that place in the capital is beautiful, with golden glazes, tiles that tiles that shine. Does that mean you've met the Emperor, Xiong'er?
我没见过，但是爹爹见过。
I haven't, but my dad has. Why does... Okay, Xianghua. Oh, no. Xianghua was the other two. Yeah, Xianghua is the other one. I got the names messed up because the... Okay, Xianghua. Yep.
万岁爷是什么样的？
What's the Emperor looks like?
爹爹说他很年轻，长得像龙，很威风。
Dad said he's young and majestic like a dragon.
哦，我虽然没见过万岁爷，但见过袁伯伯，他来过我们家里。
Oh, I haven't seen the Emperor, but I've met Uncle Yuan. He visited our home.
袁伯伯，
Uncle Yuan? Yuan?
袁伯伯就是袁都师，穗儿姐不知道吗？
Yeah, Uncle Yuan is the Inspector General Yuan. Didn't you know, Sisui?
不知道，我只知道京城有万岁爷，万岁爷管着天下百姓。
Didn't know. Just know there's an emperor in the capital who's in charge of everyone.
红儿和翠儿也不知道吗？
Hunger, sweetheart, you don't know
不
either?
知道。
No.
那不聊了。其实我也不知道太多袁伯伯的事。
Alright, let's change the subject. Truth is, I don't know much about Uncle Yuan either.
只知道他后来犯了错，不仅自己死得很惨，还害惨了我们家。我娘和袁伯伯是远亲，他被罚，我家也被罚了。
I know he messed up later on, ended up dying horribly and caused trouble for our family too. My mom and Uncle Yuan were kin, so when he got punished, we suffered
听
too.
说琼儿，你是被星爷他们拐来的？
Hey, Xiong'er. I heard you got snatched by Master Xing and his men, huh?
1年前，有官兵带我们家去边关，路上我被假官兵抱上了一辆车。
Yeah. About a year back, soldiers took us away to the border. Then on the road, fake soldiers grabbed me and tossed me into the carriage.
我的身子被绑住，嘴巴被塞住，乘了很久的车，最后被送到了三爷那里。
Wrapped up, gagged, rode in the carriage for ages, and ended up at Master San's place.
你没想过要跑？
Ever thought about running?
我不敢跑。三爷说我要是逃了被抓住，要被打死，还给我看了小孩的骨头。
Dare not. Master San said if I escaped and got caught, I'd be beaten to death. Showed me some bones of children, too.
而且，爹娘早就不要我了，他们本来就没想着找我。
Besides, my parents didn't want me anyway. They weren't even looking for
这
me.
是尹三和你说的，
That's what Yin San told you? ...
那你别信他，也别怕他，你爹娘一定还想找你的。
Don't trust him. Don't be scared. Your parents must be looking for you. ...
I heard Mansui and Xianghua talking a lot. They seem to be talking about things they shouldn't. Their voices got quieter afterwards, almost too quiet to hear. They probably realized I might have been listening from outside the bathhouse, whispering secrets. Could those two lambs be planning to escape? That won't work. Hey, quit chatting and bathe. I'll give you one more I'll give you one more stick of incense. Oh, stick of incense time. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. One more stick of incense time. If you're not done by then, I'm coming in.
亮爷，你不能进来，
Master Liang, you can't come in.
Why not?
我们还没洗完，洗完了还要洗衣服，一炷香时间不够。
We're not finished bathing, and we still need to wash our clothes. One stick of incense isn't enough time.
亮爷，还有一件事想要问你，
Hey, Master Liang, I got one more thing to ask you.
What's up?
我们等会儿洗了衣服要怎么换衣服？这里没有能换的衣服。
After we're done washing clothes, how are we going to change? There's no extra clothes here.
I heard the lasses chatting in the bathhouse. Seems like it's true. I only told them to wash and dry clothes, but didn't give them any to change into. without clothes to change into, they can't hang out. They can't hang out the washed ones to dry, and won't have anything to wear after bathing. Should I let them ask the inn waiter themselves? Didn't seem right. Wait, I'll go find you some.
谢谢梁爷。
Thank you, Master Liang.
Such a hassle. ...
梁爷，你能找到梦刷吗？我们想刷刷脚。
Master Liang, can you find a wooden brush? We want to clean our feet.
Clean what? Clean what? So much to
走
do.
了那么多天，脚脏的难受，不刷之后走不动。
After walking so much, your feet feel dirty and uncomfortable. Can't walk without cleaning them.
Wait. Such a hassle. ...
梁爷，翠儿还是憋不住了，能找个尿壶吗？
There's so much they got. So needy.
Master Liang, Shuer still can't hold it. Can you find a chamber pot?
You're bold to ask me to fetch that. What a slap.
梁爷，那还是不照了，我不敢再提了。
Okay, forget it. I won't ask anymore.
梁爷，拜托去找个来吧。一会儿翠儿拉在水池里，你之后也不好洗。
Master Liang, please find one. If Shuer goes in the pool, it'll be hard for you to bathe later.
求求梁爷了，帮帮翠儿吧。
One sec. Oh god. I need to stretch real quick. Yeah. Stretch it. Stretch, feel good. Okay.
Please, Master Liang, help Shuer out.
Wait. Such a hassle. Third such a hassle. Okay. The lambs had me fetch quite a few things for them. Some clothes, a wooden brush, and a chamber pot. I made a few trips bringing these items to the bathhouse door and giving a light knock. Soon enough, a thin arm would reach out, thanking me quietly as they took what they asked for. ... I leaned on the bathhouse door, hearing the giggles of those lambs inside. Damn it, this was not right. I was supposed to be escorting these lasses. They were the cargo I was supposed to deliver, but now they were giving me the runaround. When I first met these lambs, they were all trembling, afraid to even breathe loud around me. Now they were bathing first, and I was fetching things for them. Whoops! Treating me like some servant. Hold up, why did I even agree to let them bathe on their own, and why was I standing guard at the door for them? When did they get so bold? I started thinking hard, and then I remembered that look of hers, Mansui's face all sad and pitiful. It's her. The little troublemaker set me up. I fell for her act and stormed out. But maybe I went too far? They were just cargo I delivered. Why can't I ask them to... Wait. They were just cargo I delivered. Why can't I ask them to keep me company like a boss would? Being treated like some servant by them was just too much. I can't take it. Oh, Jesus! Hey, stop bathing, get out now! I yelled at the bathhouse door and slammed it hard, making the lambs inside go quiet.
Wait, Master Liang, just a moment.
Wait, I'll count to 10, and if anyone's still inside, I'll dunk them in the water.
马上，马上！
Coming.
梁爷莫打，我们这就换衣服。
Master Liang, please don't hit them. We're changing clothes now.
妹子，赶紧穿衣服。
Hurry, little sister, put your clothes on.
姐，我又想拉臭臭了。
Sis, I need to go again.
憋，赶紧给我憋住，不许拉。
Hold it, don't go. ...
After I counted to 10, the lambs came out of the bathhouse wearing the inn's clothes. They looked clean and fresh, no more smell. Yeah, clean and fresh, no more smell. What a great description. I hurried them so their hair was still wet, sticking to their faces with little drops on their eyelashes. They fixed their hair while walking, leaving wet footprints on the wooden floor. The clothes were too big for them, making it hard to walk. But they'd give them back tomorrow, so it didn't matter much. ... I led the lambs upstairs and locked them in a room. After that, I wanted to take a bath and change clothes. Then I needed to do something important. Later you're joining me for a bath. I grabbed Munsui's arm, wanting to drag her along. Not just because I didn't trust her being alone with the other lambs, feared she might stir up trouble or plot something, but also because I figured she'd been playing games with my head earlier, treating me like her servant, and I wanted to teach her a lesson.
良夜，我洗过了。
Master Liang, I finished bathing.
It's my turn now. You go fetch wood, boil water, change water, do laundry. That'll make you sweat. After that, we'll hit the bath again.
这些事都让我一个人做，良夜也真要我陪你洗啊？
All this on my own, and you really want me to bathe with you, Master Liang?
Yep. All on you, and I do want you to bathe with me. I presume he means off in the side tub, not in the exact same tub. Again, given the image I'm pretty sure I've seen of the scene that's coming up. I glanced at Mansui, smirked, and reminded her of my order.
好吧。
Fine.
Seeing how determined I was, she stopped begging and quietly went along with me, head down as I pulled her by the arm. ... Splash. Mansui poured hot water into the wooden tub. She had to make lots of trips with the wooden basin to fill the whole tub, which took a long time. When changing the water, she walked carefully to avoid slipping. And when pouring water into the tub, she had to stand on tiptoe. It took her nearly 2 hours to finish draining, cleaning, fetching wood, and adding water. 2 hours for a tub fill. By now, she was sweating a lot. Her cheeks were red, but she was almost done.
良夜，我好累。
She sounds like she's about to fall over.
Master Liang, I'm worn out.
Once we stood in the bathhouse, her eyes tired, like she had no strength left. Her legs shook a bit from all the work, and she was sweating. Seeing her like this, I couldn't stay mad. Even though I helped her get stuff, she worked hard for so long. It's sort of fair. All right.
那良夜帮我关回去吧。
Could you please send me back to be with the other lambs, Master Liang?
Nope. You're all sweaty now. Might as well join me for another round of bathing.
啊，良夜真要陪着洗啊？我以为你只是为了捉弄我，随便说说的。
Huh? You really want to bathe together, Master Liang? I thought you were just messing with me.
I never go back on my word, and if you go back now, besides getting sick, you'll smell sweaty. The other lambs might not like that.
我身上有汗臭味吗？
Do I smell sweaty?
You stink. But actually, she didn't. I didn't smell anything. ... After hearing what I said, Mansui sort of agreed to my idea. We went to the wooden door, grabbed it with both hands, and closed it. Then, with her back to me, she reached for the inn's wide robe belt. Her fingers slipping into the knot. With a quick pull, the belt came undone, and her clothes opened up. There was a soft sound as her cloth slipped off her shoulders and fell to the ground, revealing her bare body. I was very worried there for a moment. One second, let me just, should be, nope, that's that one. Okay, yep, that's how I go full on screen. There we go. So it's, yeah, that to that, or that to that. Oh, whoops. Oh, nope, that. Sorry, ignore that. Nope, okay, yeah, that's that one, and that's this one. Okay. Also, hi, Jerome. Just before her clothes fell completely, I couldn't help but look away. Thank you. Thank you for looking away. I don't need to... Nice one. They're not very nice. They need a redesign. Couldn't help but look away. Thank you. But even in the corner of my eye, I saw her slender figure. Yes, her skin wasn't very fair, more like a wheatish color with a hint of pink. She was too thin, her bones showing, with her spine, legs, and shoulder blades clearly visible. She was sweaty from all the hard work she'd just done. Sweat drops dotted her spine, shining in the dim bathhouse light. This last only got some flesh on her butt, I thought. Last time, she was all fidgety about taking off her skirt. Why was she so cool with ditching her clothes this time? getting used to it, huh?
良夜，我脱完了，我是跟你一起在水池里洗，还是在木桶里洗？
You go to tub, I go to pool. That is how it is going.
Master Liang, I'm done undressing. Are we bathing together in the pool or the tub? ...
You bathe in the tub.
Oh.
Okay.
She nodded, feeling the water's warmth before stepping onto a wooden stool and easing into the tub. With a splash, I knew she was in the tub, so I glanced her way. The tub overflowed, water cascading down like a waterfall. Okay, this is the screenshot I've seen. We should be fine, because I think this is the main one we're seeing here.
She popped her head and shoulder.
Oh. She popped out her head and shoulders, quickly ran her fingers through her hair, tucking it behind her ears. Then she turned towards me, her eyes twinkling.
好烫，好烫。
Why does she still have that rag on?
Water's so hot.
良夜，良夜刚才没在看我呀。
Master Liang, you weren't watching me just now.
She noticed I hadn't been looking at her and smiled brightly at me. Saw you, just nothing worth fixating on.
良夜觉得我很瘦吗？
Master Liang, do you think I'm skinny?
Yes, we've had this conversation. Yeah, way too skinny. Looks kinda unhealthy. ... Hey, I'm stripping now. Turn around, don't peek.
良夜不想我看你的身体吗？
That hee.
Liang, you don't mind if I take a peek, right?
Actually, I do. Thank you. We are very much on the same page
你也
there.
都说了看过我的身体了，也让我看回来吧。
Haven't really seen you. Caught, like, maybe a glimpse. Not intentionally, even. Actually, I don't think me personally has. The character has.
Bet you've already seen me, so it's only fair I get to look back, isn't it?
除了爹爹，我还没看过其他男人的裸体，有些好奇呢。
I haven't seen any other men naked except for my dad.
Kinda curious, and I intend to keep it that way. Wanna beating quite bold for your age, aren't you?
明明是良夜不支持，非要让我跟你一起洗。
It's your shameless demand, Master Liang.
好了，我说错了，别打我。
Sorry, I spoke out of turn. Don't hit me.
I scowled and stared her down, wordless, like I was ready to rumble. There are some word choices that just pull me out of the time period a little bit in the translation. Let's get. Yeah, she is a very malnourished 11-year-old, so. She got spooked, turned her back, covered her eyes, and stayed quiet. ... I quickly undid my belt, tossed my clothes into a nearby basket, and sank into the tub. But darn, the water was too shallow. I could only get my lower half wet. My upper body was still out in the open. To wash up top, I had to scoop water with wooden ladle and pour it over myself. Good thing I grabbed the ladle for the lambs earlier. It sure came in handy for me now.
良夜的身子好壮。
Wow, you look really muscular.
As I reached for the ladle, I heard Mansui's voice. She was leaning on the tub, curiously eyeing my body. ... That's how I would feel. Just ... I found myself getting annoyed for no apparent reason. The tub sat higher than the pool, so as I lounged in the water, she peered down at me from above. Oh, no, that's why it would be annoying. She leaned against the tub, her chin propped on her arms, and looked down at me as if I were a child.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What's with the counting?
我在数良夜身上的疤，一条大的，好多条小的。
Counting the
为
marks
什
on
么有那么多疤？
counting the marks on your body. One big, lots of little ones with so many scars.
All from blades. Been dealing with mountain bandits and caravan guards for years. Wait. Scrapes happen. That looks like scraps. I think it's supposed to be scrapes happen. I'm not much for talk. When battle got hard, fists flied. They escaped away, and I got the scars.
良爷杀过很多人吗？
Have you killed many persons? A few.
Yeah,
大
killed.
概多少个？
How many roughly?
You are oddly curious. Never counted. Dozens, maybe. ... Scared
不
now.
怕。
Not scared.
Quit fronting. ...
良爷，今天星爷好像不在，他去哪儿了？
Oh, water. Water feel good.
Hey, Young, where's Master Xing today? He's not around.
When to find a woman to spend time with. In the East District, there's this brothel packed with women, curvy and busty. They put you skinny pups to shame. Not exactly what you
那
want.
良爷为何不去和星爷一起？
Why aren't you going with Master Xing?
If I go, who's going to watch over you, lasses? ... And I'm not interested in those places.
难道良爷喜欢男人？
Not interested. Do you prefer men then?
You're really asking for it. You're really asking for it today.
不想，我不多嘴了。哎呀，张嘴，张嘴！
No, I don't want to get smacked. I'll shut up, I promise. ...
话说，良爷现在还没娶媳妇儿吗？
So you still haven't found a wife, Master Liang?
I'm not planning to get married.
爹娘没给良爷安排吗？
Your parents didn't arrange one for you?
My parents passed away long ago, so it's up to me. Getting married requires money and stability. I don't have enough either right now. So I'm not getting married. If I can't even handle myself, why drag someone else into it? Suddenly, I very much relate to this character.
也是。
Makes sense.
I relate to him for those very specific lines, not any of the other stuff he has said. I feel the need to specify that given the nature of the situation we find ourselves in.
良爷想要什么样的媳妇儿？
What kind of woman are you looking for, Master Liang?
You are oddly curious for your age. One who's gentle, wise, and beautiful.
啊，好常见的想法。
Yeah, that's pretty common.
What do you think I should want then?
我不知道啊，男人该怎么想，我也不知道。
I don't know. I don't know what men should want.
You know what? Good. Don't think about that right now. Actually, wait. Time period.
但是，我若是嫁人的话，就想嫁给我爹爹那样的人，
But if I
勤劳本分，长得好看，身体也壮。
I can never tell when the sentences end.
But if I were to marry, I'd want someone like my dad, hardworking, handsome, and strong.
Isn't that pretty common, though?
也是。
Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of funny, you know? You're sharing a bath with me, all exposed. If word gets out, good luck finding a husband for yourself.
哦，确实是如此。
Is he playing on what the other girl was saying earlier?
Oh, I see.
有了，那我以后嫁给良爷吧。
Nope, we're not doing that. Not doing that. That's okay. Alright, we're coming. Yeah, just,
Got it. Then I'll marry you, Master Liang.
No.
什么不要？
What do you mean, no?
I don't want someone like you. Even if you grow up 10 years older and become a knockout Okay, certain word choices in this are very much just I presume again this is translation stuff, but it's just not the time period. I wouldn't marry someone with your personality. Okay.
被良爷嫌弃了。
Why are you so upset? Nah, you're a child. Child brain probably makes it like that.
Turned down by Master Liang.
Unsui feigned tears hiding her face in the wooden tub, though it was clear she wasn't really crying. Her earlier words were likely just jokes aiming to poke fun at me. This last, not a bit of honesty in her. ...
良爷为什么怕吕布啊？
Master Liang, why are you afraid of Lubu?
After a bit more soaking, Mansui suddenly lifted her head and asked, Huh? When was I afraid of Lubu?
上次学影子戏的时候，吕布刚要登场，梁叶就吓得不敢看了。
Yeah, last time during shadow play practice, as soon as Lubu was about to show up, you were too scared to even look. ...
I'm not afraid of Lubu. It's just that shadow play brings back some bad
什
memories.
么事啊？
What memories?
In the 6th year of Tongxi, there was a massive explosion in the capital. You heard about
不
that?
知道。
Nah. You really are not heard much then.
梁叶讲讲。
Please tell me about it, Master Liang.
In the 6th year of Tongxi, about 6 years back, the ground shook in the capital, and then in the 6th year of Tongxi, 6 years back. I'm trying to pin how old he would have been during this explosion then. Gee, time seems a little weird here as well. The ground shook in the capital, and then this huge fireball shot up into the sky, darkening everything in an instant. Houses collapsed like dominoes, and over 20,000 folks got turned to dust. Rocks, bodies, and bird... How did you survive that? Rocks, bodies, and bird corpses fell like rain from the sky. Elephants stampeded in panic, crushing the barely conscious below. Blood stained both the sky and the earth.
好恐怖。
Terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
梁叶，这跟影子戏有什么关系？
Ugh.
But, Master Liang, what does this have to do with the shadow play?
When the explosion happened, my dad and I were watching a shadow play. Before I could react, the shadow play's white curtain was shattered by the blast, sending us flying. I passed out when I came to, my father's body was gone. Just his arm left, lying nearby where I was. I'm playing it because it was part of my whole round of doing, checking Steam game recent releases. I found it actually meant to play it for a while. And then straight up, as I was watching it, it's just like, oh, this is getting more and more attention and good reviews. I'll finally get around to it, because I'd had it for a while. And so far, like, you know, some translation and word choice I don't fully agree with. Like, again, some of the word choice feels out of time period. And is a little confusing, and translation is not perfect. But I just play it because I play it. I quietly shared the past with Mansui, something I hardly ever tell anyone else. She listened without a word, her face showing no emotion, like she was picturing it all. Not knowing what was going through her mind, after a while of silence, I felt awkward and wished I hadn't spilled my guts to this lass. Forget it, I must be losing it. Why am I even talking to you about this? Get on with your bath. Once you're done, you'll be helping me with the laundry.
好呀，我来洗，给梁叶都洗干净了。
Sure thing. I'll handle the laundry and make sure all your clothes come out spotless. ...
You're still pretty fresh, not sweating your own future at all. We're halfway there already, based on what you said before. Once we reach Luoyang, you'll be eaten by the swine
我知
demon.
道啊，所以能过一天是一天。
I get it. Every day's a blessing.
Risking it all for payback on your sister's killer. Sounds kind of reckless, don't you think? ... The dead rest easy, while the living struggle to survive. Your sister's gone, and your family's lost enough. Seeking vengeance will only bring more pain. What's the point? ... I questioned her, and she fell silent for a moment. After a pause, she finally spoke.
那梁叶，我若是说不想去报仇，也不去洛阳了，梁叶能放我走吗？
Then, Master Liang, if I said I don't want revenge and won't go to Luoyang, would you let me go?
She asked, slowly awaiting my answer. Okay. That's an actual choice.
You know what? Instead of making a choice... One second. Instead of making a choice, we're going to, leave this as a cliffhanger. We're going to leave that for next time. Huh, not gonna lie, I didn't actually intend this stream to go for even as long as it did. Just because I started off with a headache, and I did not expect to go as long as I did. So glad I got as far as I did in that. Huh. So we're cliffhangering that for the next one. Why am I was putting my mic away as if I was fully done with stream. Why did I do that? So. Huh. Interesting stuff there. Ask question before end it? No. Anyway. That will end that. Answer. No. That is both my answer to that question and the previous. So. I won't say, how long... Actually, how far into this am I? 20? 23%. I did not make a lot of... Okay, I'm guessing, yeah. I'm presuming that if I do that one, it just leads to a quick death. Bathhouse, this is just linear stuff. Okay. Because yeah, there's still all this, and it branches a bit more, but it all leads to... Bodies of the Starved is the final stuff. Okay. Actually, yeah, one second. There we go. 23. No! For over 6. You forget this is part 2. Yeah, presuming, yeah, this would be just go for the kill. Okay. So, yeah. I am enjoying this, so without further ado, I thank the people who came, old, new, just hope people had good time. And as always, bye.